upset.
Why are you upset, Gar?
This is the last week of Metal April.
Okay, we'll have Metal April next year.
Do you want some metal ice cream?
We better talk about goddamn Metal Heroes next time.
They'll be back again next year.
But I'm just upset because now I can't force you guys to watch Super Sentai every week.
Gar, we'll still continue to watch Sentai.
Yeah, but that's like a month away.
Okay.
Now we need to talk about Kamen Rider.
Oh, too bad.
Cue the roll call.
We are live! Mike! Zenkaigan! Connect.
Loading. Broadcast.
Tempered Zeal! Bluecaster, Super Ichi!
Loud and impulsive. Greycaster. Late.
Illuminating the Tokuverse. Goldcaster Garza.
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 290.
Oh, fuck. Get close to that.
290.
It's Ninkata.
Oh, so that means in 2 episodes we have to have an empty slot for the show so that we can get the other evolution.
Yep.
Did they fix that in any other game, or is that how you still get the other form?
I'm pretty sure it is still how.
Wow, because that is pretty fucking cool.
It's interesting.
So you're telling me it removes its shell, and the empty shell just becomes its own Pokemon?
Yes, and it takes a Pokeball out of your inventory to do it.
Damn, boy!
Oh, cicadas. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy, Blades has come at us with another AI story.
But first, wouldn't you like to tell everyone who we are?
You should read it as dramatically as
I will, but first, if you're checking us out for the first time, thank you for tuning in. We are Radio Sentai Castranger. We are a gaggle of Toronto-based enthusiasts.
Oh, no, we're not a fiddly-dee-dum group.
That was last week.
It's supposed to be different every time.
But wait,
I'm lazy this week.
I thought we were supposed to be Sons of Adams and Daughter of Eve.
Yeah.
Sons of Adam.
We watched the first 2 Narnia movies today.
What are you talking about? There's only 2 Narnia movies.
Sons of Adam Ranger and Daughters of Evatox. How's that?
Get out.
That's a high five from Gar. We get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider Super Sentai and a third thing. This is the final week of Metal April the 3rd.
Rise of the Sentais.
So this
Now
week
the
we'll be
fall of
talking
the
about
Sentais.
Zero-One episode 32, Kiramager episode 7, and for a future topic we'll be talking about episodes 1, 2, and then we'll travel through time to episode 51.
The Time Ranger!
We're just going to say every Sentai like that from now on.
Ridge Racer.
Ranger.
Ranger? Maybe back on the head.
Ranger.
Alright, but before we get to that, I'm going to indulge Blaze, our top Patreon, in this little speech he's got here, this little AI script.
Oh,
Before we started, he asked me what my favorite rider was, and I said Laser X, so here we go. As Ichi fell asleep, he dreamed of Laser X. Ichi knew he'd have to reveal his love someday, but at the moment, he didn't want to ruin their friendship. He didn't know how Laser X would react, but he knew it was risky for him. He sighed, curled up into a ball, and closed his eyes. As the night went on, everyone in Ichi's village grew restless. Nobody wanted to be alone anymore, and everyone started talking to one another. For some reason, Ichi felt especially guilty, and he kept himself hidden away from everyone else. It was in his dreams that he thought of Laser X's pictures. In his dreams that he whispered Laser X's names. In his dreams that he... fill in the blank. I don't know. That's where it cuts off.
It's funny because for your average tokusatsu episode, that would definitely be a monster of the week.
That's me dreaming of when they'll release the Laser X figure.
That's what I was thinking too.
Gar, did you hear that Ichi likes Laser X?
No. No, Ichi's the dad from The Shining. With the letters just written on the walls, just No Laser X makes Ichi go something something.
Give me a Laser X scar. Give me a Laser X. Give me a Laser X.
No.
And then I get hit with a bat and fall down the stairs.
Okay, no. If you're gonna do me with shipping, you gotta do it with my favorite Ultraman, and that is Zafi.
Yeah. Find the One Piece, Zafi.
Find me, Zafi. You're my only hope.
I did that just for the look Lane gave me.
Zafi's.
Zafi's never been.
Monkey D. Zafi.
You know that's gonna be a thumbnail in Ultra Ranger now. Just Zafi with fucking
Yeah, you guys do it. You
Mugiwara.
guys can have that one.
Oh no, it's gonna be the Straw Hat Crews, the Ultra Brothers.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, definitely.
Alright.
Mugiwara no Zafi.
Alright,
If someone wants to shop that up right now, go ahead.
let's get into Zero-One!
Please fix my broken ass. Aruto Shacho.
Oh.
Because now Arto's fixing the robots.
Whoa.
Dude. Aruto. Can he fix it? Aruto. Yes, he can.
I immediately and totally regret my entire life up to this point.
Yes, you do. Okay, so I got the Aruto face of the week. Let's go get down with.
I honestly forgot that was a thing.
Oh, no.
Jin and Ormy have a spare ass.
It looks like he just got smacked in the face.
Well, that was because Izu was making like a serious face, and then Aruto decided to go, serious. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Right on fucking cue.
What? No. When your friend
Too big.
When your friend calls Kamen Rider Power Rangers.
Like, ever since Izu gained singularity, just her fucking facial expressions have been priceless. Like,
Yep.
So we get introduced to the model Humagear Delmo, which
It's just the name modeled backwards, you lazy fucks.
well, it's just the words model, but like Del's first, then Mo.
Sinnos. It's Sonic spelled backwards.
So she proceeds to hug Aruto. Oh, Aruto's
It's
such
no
a
bog.
good
That's
and
goblin
Izu's
spelled
like,
backwards.
what the fuck you doing?
Stay away from my man, bitch.
Uh-oh. There you go. That's the face of terror.
When she finally sees how big it is.
When you finally get toy leaks.
Oh god.
No. When your favorite Sentai comes back.
Yeah, make that an emote in the Discord.
Oh my
It
goodness,
really
please.
should be, honestly.
Stop!
It can...
You're under arrest.
Under arrest for being too
cute.
Too hot to handle.
Too hot to handle. Oh.
It can go with the Ultraman one.
So, I love that when you see Delmo boot up, she looks at Aruto and scans his face, and then you see off to the corner the name Hiden Intelligence, and it's fucking crossed out.
Yep.
And also, Fuwa's got hired as Aruto's bodyguard.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I actually really like that.
I
So
love
now
that.
Fuwa has an excuse to hang out with them. He has a new job.
He's got a reason to live.
And now Aruto's his boss.
Yeah. Like, he even says, like, I figured hanging around Humagears would, like, help me. And it's like, okay.
Teach me.
Yeah.
Teach me. So yeah, it's a heavy Naki-focused episode. School Naki.
Hooray!
So it's the AI, it's the Humagear
secret
that's trapped in Fuwa's head.
She's the secret DLC member of Metsubo
It's
Jinrai.
the non-binary Humagear.
Who?
When you get there, you'll see.
Side
Naki.
Fuwa.
It's the last final member of Metsubo Jinrai.
Oh,
He's
you
the
mean the
last
character?
member of the Zetsubo crew.
Nice.
Oh, you mean the character from the Blu-ray exclusive series, Project Fowler, that came out the exact same damn week as this episode, just to tell people, buy the set, you'll know who he is.
He, she, they.
It.
You'll know who that character
You'll know who
is.
Naki
We
is.
should go with they.
Yes, they.
Yeah, they.
Determine Naki as you wish.
It's like Frisk from Undertale.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
people.
So Guy has decided that he's fucking fed up with.
Guy's just doing what Guy does.
He's-
Just destroy the Aruto and friends.
Yeah, so, well, first off, like, about Delmo, so apparently, yeah, she's a really popular model, and apparently one day during the, omae wa mo shinderu. She just shut down, and then Zaya employees came in, took her during the recall, and so, like, her agent was, like...
Somehow was able to get her back from Zaya.
People, well, no, it wasn't that, it's just, like, I think, because, Naruto has all, like, the Kirameiger data keys.
And this episode established exactly why they haven't announced the job keys yet, because we're still discovering some of them.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have Delmo at any point beforehand, and now he just has the key for her.
Yeah, next week we're getting, like, a tennis coach or something.
So, which means this is probably going to be like a premium Bandai set.
Probably.
But I think it's neat that
and
they're...
so, yeah, like, the agent wants Delmo back because it's like, oh, she's really popular, people love her, and, like, there's a show coming up soon, and we want her to be, like, she's, like, the main attraction. Yeah. So, like,
what were you saying, Emily?
I'm sorry, I was just saying that I think it's definitely, because I remember before we were sort of accusing them of it being like, so we're just going to have a bunch of episodes based around Kiramagers we already knew.
That's what I was thinking, but it seems like we're going to have a healthy mix.
That's what I thought as well, but now we're getting completely new ones.
I think that's a good approach. That way it's like, oh, we've seen them already. We get a mix of old and new.
You could do just a mix of old and new, yeah.
Yeah. Orb is asking in our chat, if Naruto legally owns the Kirameiger, shouldn't it be illegal for Zaya to shut them down? Technically, what I think is happening is, since Guy bought Hiden Intelligence, it's Hiden Intelligence who owns the patent to Kiramagers. So technically, Naruto is like a third-hand... aftermarket dealer, repair shop. It's like Toyota owns Toyota cars, but there's still all kinds of other companies out there that repair Toyota cars.
And sell Toyotas.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, those are licensed from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
This Naruto's company is the equivalent of a mom-and-pop fix-it shop.
There we go, we got a new emoticon in the chat.
Yeah.
Triggered Izu. Trizu.
Naruto inherited the rights by way of becoming president of Hiden Intelligence. I'm pretty sure this is how business works. Because when Naruto was removed as president, he gave up any personal claim to the patent.
You know what? We need to get freaking Legal Eagle on here to do an episode on how all this contract stuff works.
I mean, I'm pretty well versed in business as well. I technically own the company I quote unquote work for.
True.
There's a difference between owning something personally and owning something as part of the business.
Yes.
So if the rights to the Kiramagers are for the president of Hiden and not Naruto personally, then technically Guy is correct and he owns the patents for the Kiramagers, and he's actually well within his rights to demand a recall. Yeah. He's just being an absolute fuckstick about it.
There's actually a cool scene.
Honestly, do think that what Naruto is doing right now might be illegal, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think it counts as illegal. Guy's just a dick.
It's more so he's not claiming the rights to the Kiramagers. He's just a business.
It's like, bring them on in and I'll fix them.
Yeah, I'll restore them and then give them back to you.
It's like a used parts shop.
Yeah. But there's
But it's not illegal to be a dick, technically.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So there's this particular scene I liked where, like, Naruto looks at Domo and just goes, well, hey, why do you still have, like, your headset thingy, like, visible? Why don't you be like the actor Kirameiger who doesn't have them? And she's like, well, I pride myself as a Kirameiger.
Yeah,
so...
she chants that word off the whole episode. Prido, prido, prido.
Prido. But no, I honestly, like, all power to her and all respect, mad respect for her. That, like, she's not afraid to express who she is. So back at Hiden Intelligence, Guy decides, yeah, no, I'm fucking done with Naruto's company. It's
bring me the robots.
So he sends Yua and two AIMS soldiers.
Speaking of AIMS, I love that even though Fuwa is now working for Naruto, we see that he is still tapped into AIMS communication.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I took a key on my way out of the office.
What an asshole.
Yeah, so Zaya goes and attacks them or whatever like that.
And we get to see the horseshoe crab actual henshin properly for the first time.
It's pretty awesome.
I like them.
Oh, I love these soldiers. They're awesome. So like Delmo just like freaks out and like runs off with Izu, and which
They try to hide inside boxes like solid snake.
Yeah, and like I love Izu. Just like I hope if someone can find a GIF of it, that'd be super funny. It's just like her just like slipping into the box and closing the lid. It was just really fucking adorable how Izu did it.
Look, I'm packaged for resale.
Right in those boxes.
Before we go on,
Oh, Blaze has another fiction.
Blaze has another
Oh,
thing.
it's Zafi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, Gar sat in the restaurant, waiting for Zafi to arrive for their date. Gar was wearing a new outfit that he just bought that day, so he could impress Zafi. To be honest, I would totally do that for a first date. Zafi's favorite color was red, so he always wore red on his date with Gar. He sat at the bar, waiting for Gar to arrive so that he could talk to Zafi. He then looked at his watch. 2 hours. 2 hours, he thought.
That's more than 3 minutes.
I hope Zafi will be here soon. He then heard the sound of a bell outside. Zafi was always hungry when he arrived for their date. He walked over to the bar, leaning against the bar. Sir, he was met by Gars.
Penis!
What?
Whoa.
Color red.
Well, they're all red, aren't they?
Not all
That's
of them.
Schwaz.
Some are blue,
Schwazes.
one's
You're
red,
Schwaz.
purple.
It's pronounced Schwazes.
Hey, who's the one that makes the Ultra Ranger shirts?
No one.
So then we get a scene. We get a scene which, like, when the first time I saw it, I thought it was absolute bullshit. But like, I think there's more reasoning to it. So Fuwa's about to henshin into Rampage Vulcan, but then Yo just comes out of fucking nowhere, swipes his shot riser,
She just like runs him down.
loads the assault wolf key, and then fires it at Fuwa, transforming him. Yeah, transforming him into assault wolf.
I know that normally this would be another me making a big rant about belt mechanics moment, but this actually makes sense.
Yeah,
because it's not that, because normally I would agree that, like, why, if she used it, why didn't it go onto her? But I feel like we can reasonably say that each of their shot risers is hard-coded to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was already in the belt when he was about to do it.
Yeah,
also that.
He was already wearing the belt.
Yeah, so, like, I almost had a bit of impulse rage where I first saw it. I was like, you can't do that!
That's illegal!
You should have transformed. So, yeah, it's clever that she made him henshin into Assault Wolf because Assault Wolf is connected to the Arc satellite, and that's how you can get access to Naki.
Yeah.
Because apparently Naki's been kind of, like, dormant in the chip since he started using Rampage Vulcan, so...
She's just sitting there.
Naki's just sitting there.
And Naki's just sitting there, like, waiting for the bus.
Reading a book.
Like Forrest Gump.
Oh, so my time to go? Alright. So no, that was really clever. And yeah, I actually, like, finally did notice that, like, the Assault Wolf chest looks like satellites, so that's pretty cool.
I noticed that the first time I saw it. You didn't?
No.
It lit up whenever you connected to it.
That was just a cool core thing. Like, yeah.
Unibeam.
So that was actually clever. Why, like, she stole the Assault Wolf key, and, like, apparently she, like, modified it with, like, some tech, so...
Sure, why not?
Yeah, so Naki takes control of Fuwa's body and tries to kill them, because Naki believes that, like, his Kirameiger created
Guy is my dad!
I will work hard for daddy!
I will do
so hard for the money.
Anything for love. But I won't do that.
I love you, Guy. I love how you can henshin more.
I will love
it's still
you.
Lucy Lubot.
I will love you for memory deleted.
Massive corn clogging shot riser.
And so then Jin.
I have several questions.
So then Jin swoops in like a fucking boss and like. Wings and all, set some papers on fire.
A bunch of papers fly
destroys
over
the boxes.
That were not there previously.
But immediately engulfed into flames. And so Jin pretty much takes Fuwa because he wants to extract Naki out of him.
I absolutely love seeing Fuwa sitting there in the arc, because when they cut to the backside of him, they've strapped a fucking router to the back of his head.
Yeah, like they have like
I was like, are they trying to connect him to the internet?
Oh yeah. And then they like stood up in the boxes, and they, like the boxes were perfectly like. I love like cardboard box armor and
As
stuff
we
like
saw
that.
from your Animal Crossing room.
Yeah, well, and also I have a Fortnite character that's just covered in boxes.
I thought you were, and also I have a cardboard fort in my bedroom.
What about in Toy Story when Woody and Buzz have the Pizza Planet stuff over them?
Oh, that's fucking amazing. No, I love stupid disguise like that. The traffic cones, like that. Just those are funny.
I said drop.
Yeah, so we get this also cool shot where Jin's talking to Naki, and you can actually see, which I like this attention to detail. There was a computer over in the corner, and on the monitor you could see a wave of lines, sound line waves, and you could see Naki's voice talking from the sound waves. So I actually
Naki's doing a heckin' talkie.
So I like that attention to detail, and then you got this cool shot where you saw Naki's head in the shadow on the wall, and saw Naki talking, but Fuwa was unconscious, and then he wakes the fuck up and he's like, "You bastard! How dare you use my body! Fuck you!" And just fucking runs off, and just Aruto, Izu, and Delmo, they're at the fashion show, and she scans a outfit and that she really likes, puts it on, and then she has an ability where she knows exactly what pose and how to feel.
They do a modeling montage to a song that I actually want.
Yes, come on, yes, no,
and I'm spent.
She's a good model.
Oh, I was watching her model and I was just she's pretty.
They claim that she knows exactly which pose to strike for every outfit,
and based off the weather.
I'm what the fuck does the weather have to do with anything? You're indoors!
No, sometimes you need the right outfit for the right day.
Okay, but you're modeling for indoor setting!
Yeah, sure, but you're not gonna go out in the hot blazing summer in a fucking winter coat. That's just insane. Yes, it does remind me of that shot.
Shows they never make sense.
And then just Fuwa, they're at the model place, and
apparently it's very close to Daybreak Town, because Fuwa just stumbles in.
Yeah, no, did Fuwa fucking, I can just imagine him taking the bus, just being
he's just on the bus ugh!
Yeah, Naki's just talking to him, so are we going to go kill Zero-One? No, fuck off.
Shut up, Naki, I'll tell you when we get there.
Shut up, Naki's voice in my head. Okay, yeah.
Naki, how did you get here? The door was open. But anyways, you can't do this.
Wow. So Thouser shows up to the model show
because he's tired of everyone's fucking shit.
That Thouser.
Everyone under him is incompetent.
Yeah, no, he's literally fed up with you as bullshit. So, it's funny. As they're fighting, she turns into Jackal, and he's like, you fucking suck, and she's like, I'm sorry, while they're fighting, and I'm just oh my god.
You know what? I would love for one day to actually take this footage of Zero-One, add our commentary to it. That is the abridge of Kamen Rider.
Also,
fuck you.
Also, Horby gets orders from the Arc, and you could also play the Horby drinking game where every time he says Arc, you take a shot. Because, God, every fucking scene Horby's in was Arc.
Akunoishi no Mamani.
Yeah.
I noticed, though, remember how last week we were talking about how it's a possibility that tool is some kind of trigger word?
Yeah.
There was a part in this one where Thouser said 1,000% or something along those lines, and that seemed to cause a reaction in you.
Yeah, it definitely looked this episode like the 1,000% was the trigger phrase.
So now I'm wondering if that was a trigger word.
Maybe it's just anytime he's near her, it's fucking NFC technology. Whenever he gets near her.
Brainwashing, wireless brainwash technology.
It's like brain amiibos.
Oh my god, Ichi, I would love
brain.
I would love for you to do the same thing you did with Xaid with the reset list, where you just go back and you see what actually triggers Yua to go yes sir.
Oh yeah,
it'd be interesting.
So just deduce what it is for all the instances.
So Horby goes up to Jen and he's just like, son, listen.
I'm gonna help you with your school project, son!
Yeah, the Arc set agrees with what you want, So what we need to do is here, Jan. Do you
The
remember?
arc
do you
told
do
me
you
we
remember,
should do the friends.
Do you remember MetsuboJinrai.net? Yeah. Do you want to go restart MetsuboJinrai.net? I guess so. We'll help We'll help me be friends with Humakids? Yes, of course. Oh, okay, Daddy.
And this makes me think that, oh my god, are Metsubo Jinrai Net just now going to join with Aruto?
Everyone's going to team up
Evil?
against Thouser. It's just like, it's going to be Thouser against everyone else.
Thouser versus the world.
The world versus
Thouser versus 1,000.
You, Thouser.
This is what
Everyone. The message of the show is everyone hates Guy.
As much as I love Thouser, and he's my favorite writer in this entire show, I want him to get his fucking ass kicked, just so we have an excuse for him to get a new belt or new form or something. I want that to happen. I want a new Thouser thing.
Kamen Rider 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000. Make it happen.
Hey guys.
Just a repainted 1,000 driver. Whatever. What?
What the hell is a Captain Power?
The show.
You should have been here when we talked about Captain Power on Castranger, which eventually will do Captain Power and the Casters of the Present.
Once we emerge from the bunkers.
The thing.
The Invasion.
Yeah, I have the entire series on.
Yeah, I'm reading this.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
So anyway, Delmo gets hit by Thouser, which forces Izu and Aruto to take the runway in her place.
That was incredible.
I think that was actually a really neat way to conclude the episode's story, where Izu went out in her place in order to
wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, to fulfill the dream she had to be seen as a Kirameiger.
Yeah.
Also, it was cute because Domo has like a thing where like she likes hearing like the crowd and stuff like that on the runway. So she actually has like a recording.
To audio recordings of audience.
Yeah, and you know what? That's not a weird thing because people sometimes do that. They have certain sounds and stuff that make them comfortable. So like every night
performer lives for the applause.
Every night I go to sleep, I put my tower fan.
I feel you. I hear you.
I put my tower fan on full blast, and I fall asleep to the ambient noise of my tower fan. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I do that too. I have a fan on to keep
white noise. Yeah. White noise.
Yeah, Ichi has like a thunderstorm sound effect that goes off when he's sleeping. So
does he?
Yeah.
I don't use it.
I went by his room one morning and I just heard.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I like the sound of rain.
Hold on. Bluecaster sleeps?
Ichi sleeps?
Sometimes.
Somehow.
Also, yes, Fuwa and Naki, like, synchronizing up and henching into Rampage Gatling was pretty badass. So now it seems like Naki's becoming a good guy too, and I kind of love that.
Yeah, no, Naki, they're like, oh, Naki, don't you want to dream? And Naki says like, I do want to dream.
But I would like to.
I'd like to.
Until then, I'll protect other dreams.
Had two originally was that he didn't have a dream, but he wanted to find one. So
you know what? Naki for Ikusuchi.
Oh,
there you go. Give Naki a body.
I would.
Ikusuchi.
Wait, wasn't there rumors of bringing Ikusuchi back?
Yes.
It was shown in a scan, but that might have just been talking about the scene where they recap, like, oh, then Metsubo Jinrai attacked, and it just showed the four of them.
It said something like the episode descriptions in the television guide, something about Kamen Rider Ikusuchi coming back.
Well, yeah,
I hope so.
Because Horby just said in this episode, he's like, oh, I want to bring back MetsuboJinrai.net.
Yeah, well, maybe that means they'll bring Raiden back.
That way they can have a legacy for their annihilation in a combat for the mortals.
See, I don't want Naki to stay in Fu's head.
Why are you just reading the names of DVDs we have?
I want Naki to be their own thing.
Hey man, I'm trying not to be
solo.
I'm making a legacy.
Okay.
Yeah, so Thouser gets his ass kicked again, and he's just like, I'm fucking tired of this bullshit, and he runs off.
Enough is enough. I've had it with these motherfucking human gears and the motherfucking humans.
I'll be back again next week.
Yeah. So next week we get
a coach human gear,
a tennis coach, and
Valkyrie
comes to her fucking senses.
Valkyrie's back. Tom will be happy.
Yep.
Probably.
We miss you, Tom.
It'll be happy because there will be a try to fight Bowser.
And I'm so happy because we got Naki, because otherwise life would be crappy.
Yeah, they'll definitely be bringing back to the past with Samurai Jack.
Watch out.
Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm done
Ooh,
reading.
Rampage Cheetah. Or
You know what?
Rampage
That's it. We need to get a legal guy from Boston to talk about these.
Stop!
Oh my god, no! We need this! We need Rampage Valkyrie and she uses the other, like the raid keys.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome! Fucking do it, Toei!
Or that's gonna be Fowzer's.
No. Thouser's just... Like, no, Thouser's gonna get a new belt and it's gonna be a repainted Thousand driver with 2 different, like, fucking keys.
I don't know.
Fowzer.
I'm gonna be so right about that.
You'll see.
I'll buy it. We're never gonna get the draft key, though. I can't get the draft key if I want it.
Yeah, it's Toys R Us.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Gar, take us in.
Alright, I'm too exhausted.
Kiramagers.
Kiramagers.
Super Dimension Brothers! Hoo-hoo!
Just Heat Miser and Snow Miser, though.
They were legit Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Oh.
I don't think that was on purpose, but it might have been because the Rankin Bass specials are actually produced in Japan and are very iconic there as well.
I'm Mr. Freeze, brother. I'm Mr. Snow.
I'm Mr. Stove.
I'm Mr. Stone.
I'm Mr. Stone.
That's what I thought he was first, and then he's like oven.
If
Stove and an oven are the same thing.
I would love the thumbnail.
No, the stove is the top part, and the oven is
Oh yeah,
the
the
middle
stove
part.
is the top part, and the oven is the oven part
I would-
of the oven.
The oven is where you put the lovin'.
I would love the
I don't
thumbnail for this week's episode to just be those 2 bros' faces on Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Who are those?
Have you never seen World Without Santa Claus?
Probably not.
Oh my god, you should. It's about them getting rid of Santa Claus or whatever like that, and Christmas doesn't happen.
I'll look them up.
No, that's
Yeah.
not at all what it's about.
Oh,
I accept this as canon regardless.
But
I might be
yeah,
thinking of something else.
The
we have 2 masked men.
the start of the episode shows us the giant monster Reinetsu Dagames, which I thought was the games when I first saw the name written.
The games.
Looks like someone's headed for the games.
The X Games.
And I looked at this thing, and for some reason it looked to me like an Ultraman kaiju, but then I realized, no, it's a monster from Trials of Mana, out now!
Actually, it kind of does look like Padon, like King Padon a bit from Ultraman.
Yeah, because we saw this 2-headed kaiju, and I was just like, there's only one 2-headed kaiju, and that's Padon.
And
What's
he's
that-
always on fire.
Guy actually reminded me of. Let me look it up.
I forget the name of it, but there's a boss in Trials of Mana, aka Seiken Densetsu 3, that is like a 2-headed bird thing that kind of looks like that.
So the whole basis behind this episode was, and honestly, I really didn't like what was happening here because it was about. So everyone, like the other 4 Kiramagers, saw this special about like, oh, is your leader competent? And
What the fuck is with all of them completely separate, doing random things, all tuning into the same document? Dead!
Wait a minute, hang on. Isn't that what everyone's doing right now, though, inside? Hanging out with their friends?
No, but they weren't like on a virtual meeting or whatever. They were just all watching
Yeah.
the same thing completely separately.
Oh my god! She has a fucking Master Shafu fucking
Keychain.
keychain
Well, she wears
from
stretch
Geki
merch.
Ranger. That's the mentor.
Well, she wears the scratch merch, so yeah.
Yep. She's just a walking Geki Ranger reference.
Fighting Foodons. Because that had the 2-headed chowder monster.
Oh, I love fighting Foodons.
It reminds me
I
of
actually
it.
love fighting Foodons.
The show's so good that it couldn't come up with its own theme song and ripped off classical music.
You know
So,
what?
it was
No,
already-
No, you know what? I'm gonna need Blaze's help for this.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It reminds me a bit of this Bakugan. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like black and purple, and it has 2 heads. And it's kind of like Padon a bit.
Oh my god.
I want to say
Inside of an apple
I
does
could be
look
wrong.
like an owl's face.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
no.
Hydra something.
So anyways, we thought it was
some.
bad. We thought it was bad enough that Tamatomo didn't like Jewel being leader, but then everyone just got the idea. You know what?
Boot camp, motherfucker!
We need Jewel to be a good leader, so we're all going to teach him the shit that we do and know that's cool, makes us cool, and then they'll make Jewel cool, and it'll make him a better leader. And I was like, guys, no! You can't just force your fucking talents onto another person.
Now, here's the thing, though. This could work if it wasn't like
all of them at once and so short and so rapid.
Like they don't even give him a chance to fucking
Yeah,
rest.
him.
Oh wow, Jesus Christ, that's a Bakugan?
Yeah, it's called a
Wow.
Hydronoid.
Holy shit.
The problem with the very conceptual problem with this method of training that they're doing is they each want him to be as good as them at the thing that they're good at, but they don't realize that this is why they're a team. They're each good at different things.
Yeah.
Having him be as good as the four of them at their own things would make them all obsolete.
Like, I thought we were past this guy.
They were trying to make him the Sixth Ranger. He surpasses all of them, including himself.
No, but like, I thought they already accepted him as leader and stuff like
they
that.
did. They just want him to be a better leader.
No, he needs to. He'll get better on his own.
Yeah, no.
Let him develop himself.
They just have a very skewed conception of what leading is.
Oh my god. But, like, it's funny what they were trying to do. So, like, freaking Shigeru was trying to teach him how to be, like, a swordsman, because, like, he does...
Like, better swords.
Shiguru's teaching him Kendo. Sayo is teaching him Aikido.
Which...
Senna is giving him stamina training by jogging. And, Tametomo just puts him into a fucking shooter sim.
And then later... Yeah, and then later tries... Like, uses the Gemini fucking crystal to, like, make a double of him.
Now you're fighting. Now it's 2-on-1, bitch.
Yeah,
but make it a 1-on-2 match.
I like that it was funny that like Sayo was teaching him Aikido because like she's so scrawny and like slim. So it's
the trick.
Yeah, I know. So it was really adorable to seeing her like just flip fucking drool around like it was nothing. Like every episode, this woman fucking impresses me more and more.
Oh yeah.
God.
Tekker, he was in a Bang Bang simulation.
Bang simulation.
That's accurate.
I'm ready for battleship.
Yeah, well, I'm ready for Scrabble Ship.
Mm-hmm.
And, the two monsters show up, and biggest problem.
They're siblings, so they fucking hate each other's shit.
Yeah.
They're jealous of each other.
The one problem I have is they never really say why they hate each other.
Well, they're siblings.
Okay.
It's siblings. It's like a natural
I know, but every
problem.
argument starts from something. It's like, you stole my thing, or...
No, their argument was every time one of them tried to, like, reduce the temperature, like, freeze the building, and then the other one would, like, heat up the building. He's like, no! I already froze the building! You don't need to fucking heat up! Well, I already was heating up the building, you don't need to fucking freeze it!
I feel like no one gave them the memo that the point of sending them both out was to do freezing and burning damage to things.
Yeah, you just go in a separate building. Take it one half of the city, the other half, and just...
No. Freezing and burning things, the same thing, is effective because if you're rapidly changing the temperature, you fuck with its molecules.
Which we actually see that later in the episode.
We learned that back with Galranger with the Polar and Black Bear Zords.
I mean, you see that with permafrost and with anything. Like if you try to cool a dish after you've heated it, then it will start to crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of us, I'm not going to say who, took a cup out of the dishwasher when it was really hot and put cold water in it. It instantly shattered in our sink.
Whoa.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, he was like, all right.
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't either of us. It's the other roommate.
Oh, okay. The secret member.
Yeah, the secret member who doesn't do Castranger but appreciates what we do.
Yeah. Thank you, person.
Vegas points out that the team is dismissing Jules' hobby and skills as an artist, which is really shitty considering it's thanks to him that they have their swords.
Yeah, thanks, assholes.
Yeah, and like later at one point, like Jules just like I never get like tired, getting tired of drawing, but like I can't focus on drawing.
Well, yeah, he's been running ragged all day.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I feel nothing but like sorry for this guy. I'm just like, guys, you're pushing him too hard. Stop it. And like they're all arguing like how much time. Like Shigeru's like, oh, I need an extra hour with them because sword play is like really fucking hard and takes a lot of dedication. And like, and Joseph's like, I'm only gonna have like 3 hours of sleep. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then he just says, I can only sleep for 3 hours. Yeah.
Nani?
Like, guys, you don't need to all train him like in a day. Like each of you just take a day to take time with him. But You shouldn't just be training him like this at all. Like, it's fucking unfair.
Yeah.
So then the brothers are still arguing with each other about stuff, and then Garza just like goes up to him. He's like, the little brother. He's like, "I feel you. My older brother was an asshole, and I killed him."
Real quick before we get to that, there's the group henshin in the first half of this episode. I wanted to highlight because I think that is the perfect way to do 5-man henshins, because like the red's supposed to be the leader, so we see him the most prevalent, like in this column in the middle, and then the other 4 get like full sections of the screen to themselves. You know what I mean?
And the Kirameiger Silver's going to ruin that.
And instead of the way Ryu Soldier did it, where they were awkwardly split 5 ways down the middle, where you can't really see their whole bodies. This henshin that they did in this episode of Kiramager is what I think the standard should be for group henshins.
Well, guys, I figured out why the characters felt so off.
Why?
It wasn't written by either the head writer or the secondary writer. It was written by a completely different writer who hasn't written anything yet for the show.
Oh, no.
Why would they do that this early?
Well, they usually do that.
What else have
Or
they written for?
Let me go back because I just had to decline something. They wrote several episodes of Digimon Cross Wars.
Oh. I don't know how to feel about that.
The Kamen Rider Double manga.
Oh.
Some episodes of Kiramager and Kamen Rider Drive. And Forze. Nothing that big.
That's good. That's bad. That's good. Can I go now?
He's a manga artist.
This show contains potassium benzoate.
So yeah, there's our reason why the characters fell off this episode. It's okay. He's the main writer of a thing called Beat the Vandal Buster.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, but basically, there's our reason why the characters were off this episode. Just completely different writer, which I'm surprised because this is definitely a 2-parter featuring a new freaking. Featuring a new Megazord.
Okay.
So you would expect it to be written by the head writer.
Yeah. Sorry.
Chat's lit on fire because they love that show.
I'm just derailing for a second. So we got the James speak for the Kabuto progress key.
Oh.
He who was born a god and governs all.
Sounds right.
My god, that sounds like Tendo Soji in a nutshell.
We are.
Help him in a nutshell.
So Garza talks to like the little brother, like Freezer, and he's just like, he's like, I know what it's like to hate your older brother. I hated mine so much, I killed him.
I feel a little attacked being an older brother myself.
So he's like, I feel ya. Here, I'll give you this special, super awesome power drink that if you drink it, you can fight for 24 hours.
I love
straight.
that it's straight ass.
If you
pop
drink
bottle.
too much of it, apparently it has side effects. But the thing that makes me wonder is, what if he had just offered his brother half of it? Then they would have just been both super powerful. Like,
that was the lesson.
Yeah, he's like, don't hoard.
Always share with your brother. That's the lesson.
Yeah, always share with your brother.
Share. That's fair. Or as my parents taught me, if there's not
share or else.
No, not that. If there's not enough to go around, don't bring it out. That's a good lesson to teach kids.
Class.
That can be woefully misconstrued, but I won't go there.
So Freezer like drinks this entire fucking drink without sharing it with his brother, and then like he gets the side effect because he's just like
he drinks all the Pepsi me.
Yeah, and then Garza just straight up fucking kills him, and he's like, but what about all that shit about your hating your older brother? He's like, oh no, that was true. Just you're stupid. Anyways, you have to die now.
I don't actually hate just younger brothers. I just hate whichever one sucks.
You're gonna die now.
But wait, I thought you hated older brothers. I am the older brother.
I think he was the younger brother.
No, he's the younger brother.
Yeah, he is the younger brother.
He's the scar to
Scarza?
Yeah. Now you know. Okay, someone needs to Photoshop Garza on Scarza. Like.
Or Scar's head on Garza's
Hashtag Scarza.
Hashtag Scarza.
I killed Oradin.
Yeah. I killed Aladdin.
Scarza, he's got grave.
If he can't do it, great!
I'll show you what a T-Rex I can be! Garza, he's our man. If he can't do it, great!
If he can't do it, Kirameiger!
Kirameiger's it!
Yeah, they summon the machines.
Machine!
And they get their asses handed to them.
They get their Megazord fucking shattered.
It's almost shattered. Because what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, because heat and cold.
The heat and cold kept touching it, in which they're made of rock.
Then
so is
it
this how they
starts
get the
to
pewter gem
crack,
back?
yeah.
Which I was actually cool seeing that the jewels were cracking.
Which, watch that be a premium Bandai set.
Cracked Kirameiger?
Yeah, premium Bandai Kirameiger crack edition.
That'd be interesting, actually.
You know people would buy it.
Yeah, and then you could swap out different parts so you can his arm's cracked. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, watching Garza straight up fucking murder the freezer was really weird.
Yeah, I gotta say, Garza's fucking ruthless, man. He just... And even, again, Carantula is just
holy fuck!
God, he's scary! I've already mentioned that he's scary, but fuck, he's scary!
It's almost like we need a weekly reminder!
Freaking Crunchula's I'm not going anywhere near that guy.
You see this water we're standing in?
That's my piss!
I pissed myself!
Yeah, that's just piss from all the fury.
Dark piss!
Dark piss.
No. It's my sweat for how fucking scared shitless I am!
Yeah, he's just Garza's so scary. Oh well, Monster's ready. Bing!
So he summons the games.
The games! And the Kiramagers lost the game.
Yeah.
But I went there.
So Jewel passes out in his cockpit. He's too weak to Kiramental.
Kirameiger.
Well, that's not what he was looking for. Kiramentality.
He was starting to get visions of Mashin Express, and then it warps in at the end of the episode, appearing as the half of King Express, and that emote immediately reminded me of Shoutmon Cross 3 in the first episode of Digimon Cross Wars, where it appears as Shoutmon Cross 3, even though they don't have Darulomon, so he just has no legs, and it's just like a glowing thing of light under him.
Holy shit, look who wrote the episode.
Oh my god!
Oh, are you serious that it's the same person?
Wow!
Oh,
yes!
The writer from Cross Wars, I didn't put that together!
Oh,
no,
wow.
neither did I, but was it really the same writer who wrote both episodes?
Yes!
That's fucking amazing! Wow!
They just really have a thing for giant glowing
Giant incomplete light form megaforms.
Maybe he just doesn't have legs.
He just has a fetish for no light, or no legs and bodies made of light. Wow. But yeah, it appears and that's where the episode ends.
This is definitely a two-parter for the Megazord.
Oh, it's a two-parter.
I also noticed that in the ending, they're talking about the support Zords, and I noticed that they're still calling them the Shovel Gundan, the Shovel Corp, and I'm like, wait, are we actually calling that a thing? I thought we were just humoring him before.
No.
We're actually calling the support Zords the Shovel Gundan.
Yep.
No. You know who Garza is? Garza's Galvatron in the scene where he obliterates Starscream.
Yeah.
That just, Garza? Is that you? Here's a head. Kills the general. Would anyone else like to fill his shoes? Everyone's just like, who are you again? Garza. Oh, hell, Garza.
Garzatron.
Garzatron! I'm shocked that I never made that a Transformer.
Right?
No, I went with Auto Rod, Driller, Flare Up, XLR8.
So next week is another duel with Garza, the debut of King Express, which means I guess they steal Jokey from him.
Either that or he becomes one. Either that or, his
There's
visions
no
disappear.
way Garza turns good this quick and this suddenly.
That's
I
true.
think so, no.
Absolutely not.
No, I ain't having them.
No, you know what it'll probably be?
Hmm?
It'll probably be like how in Magiranger and Mystic Force, when they could take control of Korag's horse to make the other Megazord formation.
Oh, Vulcantaros?
Yeah, but when it's done battle, it immediately goes back to Garza.
I forgot
Maybe?
Volstar turns into a centaur. That's
Yeah,
weird.
Vulcantaros.
Wow.
That will probably be what will happen. He's like, you may have won this time with my help, But next time, your asses are mine.
Your ass is grass.
And
why,
you're gonna
why do
mow
we
it.
hate the Why do we hate the Kiramager, Garza? Because the Kiramagers can eat my ass.
No.
It's shiny.
It's Shanoon.
Wow.
This went like several references.
Yeah.
Like I got a ton of these notes, guys.
Breaks out the gag book.
The gag book.
Yeah.
Oh, Red. So, Emily.
Emily.
Oh, she's not here.
Emily?
Emily
Here.
good?
So you said you didn't watch the episodes of Timeranger?
Fortunately, I was not able to watch the episodes of Timeranger.
Alrighty, then, if it's okay with you, we're going to swap you out for our very special guest who will be joining us this week.
Certainly. What guest will it be?
It's Blaze.
So Blazy-kun.
Sweet. Hey, Blaze. I'm sure he'll probably do a much better job than I will, regardless of if I watch the episode or not. But
I don't think he's here yet. He said he was like coming back.
Hey, Blaze.
Oh, there he is.
oh, there he is. Hey, Blaze.
I was gonna do a bit. All right.
Sorry.
Do the bit anyways.
Not your fault.
Do the bit anyways.
I was gonna be just like, guys, I'm from the future. Like,
Oh no, I got a joke.
The future of this episode.
No, Blaze, that's Cell. Cell's from the future.
No, he's from up north.
No, Gar's from the
Just the
future.
future.
Yeah, up north in the future. Well, let's go over time and space.
Yeah, that was so hilarious in the opening, I had to make that the bumper.
Wait, before we go on, I just want to say, here is Scar's.
Yes.
So good. I just wanted to say thank you guys for having me on, and thanks for listening, everyone, and take care.
All right, bye, Emily.
Bye.
Bye, Emily. All right.
All right.
Oh,
You
I
look
just
like
realized
you...
my mic was on the other side of the desk.
Gar, you look like you have something to say.
That's not Gar.
Greetings. I am a certified articulate super transport to educate rangers, but you may call me Caster. My master, Aka Yellow,
The
has
Master Caster?
built me when finally understanding the true meaning of metal April.
Guys, did you get another
human
Kiramagers?
No.
Alright, because I was
Why?
gonna say, first you replaced me with a Kiramagers, then you replaced my Kiramagers with another one.
I see you have a gun.
Yeah, keep talking, buddy.
But, certainly, I shall talk about how my great and wonderful master, Aka Yellow, has the idea to
Robogar, initiate shutdown
tell
protocol.
you something.
He's not a connect,
Let the
Blaze.
robot speak, please. Oh.
Robogar,
Yeah.
You shot him!
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Guess we'll never know what he wanted to say about Aka Yellow.
Yeah.
If only we could travel back in time.
In which we did with the final episode of Metal April 3 Rise of the Sentais. We have decided to talk about the Sentai from the year 2000.
Just in Sen time.
This
Mirai Sentai Timeranger. AKA the Sentai that gave birth to a lot of things and was the downfall to a lot of things.
A Sentai
The
that
first-
looked towards the future, but almost ended all of it.
Not really.
Another one of those
Oh.
series.
No, it's not one of those. It would be the end. However, it was the start of something. This was the start when Toei realized, hey, this is our franchise. What is this franchise
We need to do good shows.
We need a logo. So you know how there's the Super Sentai logo?
Oh, the V? This was the first show to use it?
Yep, this was the first show to introduce the Super Sentai franchise.
Cool.
As they knew the next season would be the 25th and Well, this show marked the 25th anniversary of the franchise.
It took us 20 years to discover consistency and branding.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, you know what, new millennia, let's do this. All right, let's finally pull out that Mirai Sentai project that we've been holding on to for years.
That's awesome.
They've had the idea for the time-themed Sentai team for like at least a good couple of years before this show.
They had to wait until it was the right time.
Exactly. They're like, you know what? Year 2000. That's when we're going to do it.
Okay, Blaze wants to say something.
Sure.
I forgot it.
Oh.
Ah.
Damn it! Now we have to travel back in time! Again!
Oh, I remember now. I'm like, looking back at this, I'm really glad that LVP made 2 teams, so now the number of teams matches the number of years. Because looking at it was like, oh, it's been 25 years. We're the 24th team. That really bugged me.
Yeah, there's some people who like that and some people who don't.
I mean, I understand that because it's easy to do both a Kamen Rider and Super Sentai anniversary season in 1 year.
Yeah.
It just makes that more consistent. Otherwise, it would be an entire year dedicated to Sentai and then another year dedicated to Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
It would just be hard. But yes, the show that comes from the year 3000.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was surprised by how similar to Time Force this plot was.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now, Ichi. Aside from Rancic, Jen and Alex's love story, and the fact that the Yellow Ranger's a female, is legit the exact same story.
Yeah.
Like, beat for beat, the same story.
Except for not Timefire dying.
Yeah, except for Timefire not dying.
Quantum Rangers.
That almost happened, though. But then they were like, we can't kill a hero off in a kid's show. This is America.
Dude, spoilers for 20-year-old show.
The hell they will. This is America.
Is that why his name was Eric?
So now it's interesting that it's
Eric.
It's interesting that like the narrator's talking about the year 2000. It's like, oh yes, like aliens and humans live in peace. I'm like, Power Rangers did that in 2025.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh okay, we just Mass Effect now.
But I kind of find it hilarious. It's like, oh, it's the year 2000 in Time Force. We arrived in the year 2001.
Yeah.
That kind of really makes it not that big anymore, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, 2001 was a big deal, man.
Yeah, but still, it's like...
That's when they did the Space Odyssey.
That's when Hal couldn't do that.
Whoa, oh god. Guys, scary.
High five.
I had to give him that. I had to give him that.
X gonna give it to him.
So we get introduced to the Time Detectives. Daga, heen daga, daga, heen daga. Here's Flint.
No.
I warned you I'd be making Flint the Time Detective jokes.
No.
Oh my goodness. The entire notes is just the gameplay.
Protecting justice through time and space.
Carmen Sandiego.
So thanks to Timeranger, I came to the realization that like this is one of my favorite tropes in tokusatsu. I love when like the bases and like the announcer in the bases just always speaks in full English. It's fucking great.
It was so weird to hear them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
Rangers, emergency code. And then when they get in the ship itself speaks Japanese.
Yeah, the provider.
Because fuck it.
Yeah.
No, that's the base.
Yeah, the base Megazord.
Yeah.
Providus.
Set your GP base.
Also, it wasn't until I watched these episodes that I realized it's kind of stupid to get shoved through a portal by the fist of a Megazord. Why didn't the platform just launch them?
Hey, Provider is fucking awesome,
I will
right?
say Providus is cool, but it seems like a really stupid and archaic and back-minded way to get shoved into a time portal. We in the year 3000 now!
Ichi, this is the future designed by Apple. Everything is white, and everything is way too complex.
Everything is powered by a robot fisting, okay?
See, now, if this was powered by Apple, there would be dongles everywhere.
Do you know what's cool,
No,
Ichi?
yeah, that robot has 15 different dongles for it to charge.
Do you know what's also...
Each of its fingers is a dongle!
Do you know what's also cool about that mech, too? Yeah, this mech, they made a toy of that. Like,
Oh,
they made
yeah.
the actual set of, like, the time portal and the runway and everything, and him, like...
It's so
you know,
weirdly cool for a reason I can't quite figure out.
Here's the downside. It's only exclusive in Japan.
Mini plot! Mini plot! Mini plot!
We'll get to that.
Which hand do you think he jacks off with?
Probably the giant.
Oh my goodness, he's Hellboy.
Yeah, after quarantine.
He's future Hellboy.
He never skips right arm day.
No,
Specifically the right arm, the left arm.
Decker says it's left, but it's the right arm from his perspective.
So yes, the show begins with Don Dolorano, the freaking head of the head of the
Time Mafia.
The Launders family.
No, first he says that they're the Dolnero family, but then later he decides, we're in the Launders prison tower, let's call ourselves the Launders family. And I'm like, okay.
Which he was about. So you see here, kids. They don't kill monsters in this show. This is the first Sentai to do that.
They turn them into soft vinyls.
We'll get to that. Yes, they freeze them. Which kind of reminds me of Futurama a bit, because, with the whole cryogenically frozen thing.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
I see wiener.
That kind of reminds me, just like, I wish that's what, like, the Pat Rangers ended up doing. Like, the Lupins killed the Ganglers, the Patos froze them or captured them.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah. But then,
I feel like that opens the door for monsters coming back, and I feel like we didn't have time for that.
Yeah.
Spoilers, the show doesn't do that.
Interesting.
However,
once they're back in the freezer, they're gone.
Nope. Actually, sorry. They did do it once, in which it led to a comedic thing. It's like, oh no, he broke from the safe. He's like, yay, hi.
Oh, he just comes out tiny?
Yeah, he comes out tiny, and they're trying to catch him from the house.
Stop you, Timeranger!
Yeah, it's like, open the door, drop your weapons. And like, they open the door, he's like, freedom! And like, the Yellow Ranger comes in. Hey guys, what's going on?
He steps on it?
Yeah, he steps on it. And then they just put the flat piece of cardboard into the freeze container, put it in their safe. Yeah.
And then they microwave him to death.
Say anything.
That's amazing.
But yes, led by Captain Ryuga.
Isn't it Ryuya? Or did I misread?
I have it open. Give me a second.
Captain.
I have
the
Wikipedia
captain.
open.
Was there like ever an actual captain, or was that just
Captain Ryuya?
Yeah. Because like we end up finding out that he's just Nadira in disguise. So I'm like, was there ever really a Ryuya?
Yeah, Lida.
Yeah,
Yes.
which I'm gonna say, I don't know what made them decide this, but in Time Force, her costume is way more skimpy than her Sentai counterpart.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Well, maybe they didn't get the suit. Maybe they had to recreate it, like shot for shot.
I guess so. Maybe it made it more comfortable for the actress to like.
Maybe do
the
more
actress didn't fit in the
moves.
original suit, so they had to take some parts out.
Yeah. Also, the opening, love it.
Yeah, let's talk about the opening.
It's kind of bizarre. I can't say I like it, but I was like, just go over time and space.
I love that.
I feel like that needs to be a notification ringtone.
But no, Gar's been like watching Timeranger like all last week. So like I'd just be in my room and I just kept hearing the opening, and I was just like, yeah, like I fucking love this opening now.
Yeah.
But I don't think I like the song, but I appreciate it. Like that first part kind of hooked me, but then the rest of the song just gets bizarre.
Here's $5 to anyone that can answer me this. What is one thing within the 2 episodes of the first 2 episodes did they not do? Or let me rephrase that. What is something they never said?
Oh.
They never refer to themselves as Mirai Sentai.
Oh yeah, no, they don't.
They just refer to themselves as Time Rangers.
Well, yeah, doesn't that link up to the last episode that we talked about, where they go, "What the fuck's a Super Sentai?"
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, I still love the lyrics. It's like, be on the future, live on the future, live on my dream, live on my soul. They're like flying through the fucking portal and
It
shit.
feels like a drug-inspired music video from the 60s.
Well,
And
it is
then-
the 2000.
I like the ending song too. It's very like calm, kind of has like a jazz theme on it. It's just like time Time.
Why?
Time.
Yes.
It has like this nice, cool, like slow jazz kind of vibe to it, and I really love it.
For some reason, the ending made me think it was like a Dot Hack Sign song.
But like, you see them like running through the city and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, they're totally fucking there, guys.
They're green screened in every shot. I don't know why.
It's just cheap, whatever.
It's because they're removed from time.
So yeah, Dolnero.
Dolnero.
Yeah, Dolnero.
Dolnero!
And Gian with Lida
Yeah,
travel
robot dude.
travel to the year 2000. And what is their ultimate goal?
Money.
To steal things.
Because it's easier in the 21st century because everyone's...
Because the cops suck.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Like-
That is their reason. We're
Well-
going to go back in time, steal shit.
That's why, like, they end up in the fucking forest and, like, they do not fucking oh, we'll get to that. That was fucking hilarious. They don't even fucking hesitate or, like, think of, like, of a plan. It's just like, alright, we're here. Humanity fucking is weak. They suck. We're just gonna go fucking rob a bunch of banks. We're gonna use these fucking robot mooks and...
Here's a question for you.
Alright.
When they land in the jungle in the year 2000, the tower ship is like tilted over.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they standing and sitting normally inside?
Hard work and
Ser-
determination.
Hey, year 3000, they probably have, like, auto-balancing.
I know that because shut up.
There's a simple
that is never brought up.
Inside the base exists 45 degrees backwards in time.
No, you know what this? It's one of those bowls that you get kids that like never spill. So like it's on an angle, but like inside it's still flat.
That bugged me immediately, but whatever.
But holy shit, I never noticed that.
Right?
Their ship's like
you see them sitting normally inside, and then it cuts outside, and you see the ship's like turned up, falling on one side. I'm like, wait, how?
The leaning tower of prison.
I liked also too that Dornero was just like, great, we're not even like around civilization, we're stuck in the stupid forest, and Leah's just like, no, you idiot, we're just landing in like a secluded part of the city. We're good. This is perfect for us.
How oddly convenient.
Yeah, but I love GN. Like his robot design. I can't remember what his Power Rangers counterpart was.
Frax.
Yeah, Frax. I always liked him because he had like the close up of his face. And he'd be like, ah!
That was freaky, and I hate it.
I want a Lightning Collection figure of him.
And you wanted to do the face?
Well, that or just come with like a separate face that like you can touch to do that.
It's just got a button on its back. It's
Yeah.
like face screaming action.
Yeah.
And in terms of like turning all these like criminals that they have like prisoners into vinyls and stuff, Bandai missed a huge opportunity to fucking sell these monsters as vinyls.
You know there'd be a shit ton of collectors who are like, I have to have them all.
I have to have them all, and then some guy would like 3D print like the frozen capsules to keep them in.
Absolutely.
Someone would have done that. I'm at, because like Gar was telling us like that toy sales were really low. They could have made a shit ton of money off these vinyls.
It's because the weapons for the show are not great.
Alright, since Lane brought it up too early, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we can talk about it later then.
Yeah, alright, fine, we'll talk about it later.
Damn it, Lane, you're not getting another fanfiction now.
Okay.
Yes.
Stop trying to travel through time.
I'm sorry.
Stop rushing through this.
Okay, anyways, so first episode, so yeah, the Time Rangers crash in the thing, and we also get their owl Tact.
Yeah, his name's Tack.
Tack.
I like
Because he's tacky.
I like him. It's because he's tactical.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Hey, I just went with it. It's like, what's his name? Tack. Okay, I'm down with that.
Also, it's funny. It's ironic that he's an owl who's a robot because, according to Cell, owls are really stupid. So,
well, fuck him. I like blue, and I like owls, and I like Tack.
I like dodos, and I like emus. So good.
I like owls.
It was funny because Leela, when she was disguised as the captain, just fucking shoots him.
That was so fucking funny for some reason. He tries to save them, and then Ryu, he just pulls out a fucking super scope and just pops him.
Also,
owls are stupid.
Absolutely.
Did I win Duck Hunt?
They had 10 fucking seconds to get out of that ship, and like Time Yellow just goes like, "Oh my god, Tack, get us the fuck out of here!" You see a shot of the fucking ship exploding, and somehow they all survived that explosion.
No, you know what's really bullshit? How in the fuck did a robot owl with no fingers untie them?
Don't know. It's the
think it's probably the
future!
I demand lasers!
Didn't that one
know that
guy have? Doesn't like Green have psychic powers or something?
No,
No.
That's in Time Force.
That's in Time Force.
Here he's
So
just
how
a
was he able to
weirdo
turn
with
the
weird
robot
hair.
back on?
Because he's a
Well,
techno genius.
Okay. Here's the thing. That's also something that Time Force brought over. He is an alien.
Yeah.
In fact, he's Superman,
Oh, great.
Nice.
the last of his race.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And the best part is, when they go back into the future during the finale and when some things have been resolved, and me, unfortunately, the effects only affected Earth. You're still the last of your race.
Oh.
Wow.
Fuck.
You're still fucked.
But don't worry, we'll send a time machine to where your planet was and we'll alter that.
Wait a minute, he's an endangered species. Someone put him in a zoo.
Something fucking
That's what they did. He crash landed on Earth as a kid. The government basically just kept him as a lab monkey.
Christ.
Oof.
He doesn't understand the concept of friends.
And he dyes his hair later.
Oh yeah,
I noticed
yeah,
in
his hair
episode 51 he
changes
changed his hair.
Simply
What
because
is friends?
yeah, he said
Can I eat friends?
He
My
does-
friendo.
he doesn't have a family.
He does now.
Time Rangers.
What is love?
So yeah, let's talk about the Time Rangers. You have Time Pink, Yuri, who is a detective,
Secretly with Interpol.
yeah,
That was interesting.
like her dad, because she's after revenge. So basically, the Dawn hired a monster to take out her dad, because her dad wasn't a detective and was investigating his case.
You killed my dad.
Killed her dad, killed her mom, killed her younger sister.
Ouch.
So it's Excel's story.
Yeah, it's Excel's story. So her main goal in the show is revenge.
Of course.
She gets, and the worst part is, I'm getting revenge for what? You killed my father and my you killed my family. Him, lady, I've done that to like 1,000 people.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, I don't even know you.
You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are.
He took her.
Or
he took
as
out her
the-
father on a nice dinner.
Or the famous M. Bison line.
Oh, that day was the most important day of your life for you and your village. For me, it was Tuesday.
For me,
It's,
it was Tuesday.
but for me,
Um,
it was
so-
Tuesday.
So we also get introduced to Tatsuya, Time Red.
Well, we haven't. We've only talked about the 2 of the 4 first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And then there's Hayase, Time Blue.
Isn't it ISA?
Yeah, it's ISA. Sorry.
ISA.
ISA is from Drive.
Yeah.
ISA, from what I can gather, he's the emo one.
Yeah, because he's got a secret. I ain't telling what it is.
I know.
All right.
I won't say.
It's something
A
that
time secret.
it's something that I'll get into later. And then we have my favorite.
I was gonna say, going by Time Force, he doesn't have a driver's license. That's his big secret.
That he has.
God damn it!
So it's not exactly like time.
It's not exactly like Time Ranger because there's some things you gotta change for American audiences.
Yeah.
And then lastly, there is, of the main 4, there is my personal favorite Yellow Ranger now for all time, Domo.
Domon is cool.
Domon
Domon's
is
adorable.
the best.
He gave
Yellow
off. He
Ranger.
gave off sort of a Kaido vibe. You know, Kaido from Vize.
Yeah. He gets better.
He's
Also, it's weird whenever we see him without his fucking hat on.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
his bandana.
I was like, ah!
yeah, when you see him in like the uniform when they're being recruited.
Yeah. Which I got a picture of it.
Can I just say it's so fucking funny that they're like, all right, we need to pick a bunch of people and go through time and stop the Dawn arrow. Let's go now. Quick, pick whatever 2000 era clothes you want.
They also get scanned and drugged with any that way you can get infected.
You may not bring bacteria to the year 2000.
Also, they're only allowed a year's worth of 20th century knowledge.
Quick, download Wikipedia.
Well, and it's like it's not really that big of a thing about what happens after that year's up. They got to go back.
Yep.
Something that I'll get back into later.
To the future. Da, 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 da.
But yeah, we then have Wes Collins. I mean Wes. I mean
Wes.
Wes.
I mean Wes.
West.jp.
Yes.
I mean Tatsuya. I mean Wes.
Rose. I mean, Rose.
Yes.
Yes, I mean West. I mean, yes.
Fuck!
Yes, Asami Tatsuya, I believe was his name.
Yeah, how do they greet him in this show?
Beating the fucking shit out of him.
Beating him shitless. You look like the guy who just betrayed us!
You must die. Like, Blue goes in for a freaking drop kick.
So they tie him up, and he's just like literally like, guys, I don't know what the fuck you want. And
Who are you?
And they're just like, oh yeah, okay, you don't seem to know anything.
You don't know who we are.
So yeah, they find out that it's Captain Ryuya's ancestor.
They don't find that out, they just assume.
Oh, they assume.
So,
Same actor.
Yeah.
And spoilers, it is.
Of course it is.
Before I say this, I want to ask: is there a reason for that they reveal later on?
Like, is there any context to the actual reveal that he is the ancestor, or do they just not bring it up anymore?
It's just the thing of like, hey, he looks like me, and he's an asshole.
Okay,
That's
I'm
it.
assuming Ryuya shows up the same way Alex did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except he didn't die.
Yeah.
He was
I'm
legit
much
just
prefer-
kidnapped.
He was the one who sent them to Zords, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I figured.
I much prefer the way it worked in Time Force then, because there was a reason that Wes was Alex's ancestor, because the Morphers were DNA locked. In this, they just need 5 people.
Yeah, I thought there was an interesting difference because at first they said that, and I'm like, okay, so they just need a 5th person to unlock it, and then they can either take it and not use it or give it to someone else. But then the show manages to explain that away, and he just comes back to them and it's like, yeah, I have a reason to fight too, so here you go.
Mm-hmm. So,
I will say that I agree that I think Time Force handled it better. Like, it being locked to that family DNA is a much better reason for Wes to stay on and then find his own reason to fight as he goes.
Yes and no. It's a neat idea, but it's also just of like, what if he lived on like the other side of the country and wasn't a fighter? It's like, then you're kind of screwed a bit.
It was destiny.
You know what? Speaking of interesting things, let's quickly talk about who wrote this show. Yuko Kobayashi, who wrote the following: Seiju Sentai Gingaman, Samurai Sentai Shikenger, Tokame Sentai Go Busters, Tokuger, Resha Sentai Tokuger, Kamen Rider Ryuki, Den-O, O's, and Amazons.
Shit.
Cool. So this guy
I
knows his
like
writing.
this man.
She.
Oh, she. Yeah.
I like this woman.
Another.
Yes.
More of the same.
The same person that wrote Timeranger also wrote Kamen Rider O's.
I would say I think this is one of the better Sentai stories from what I've seen. I mean, I watched Time Force, so I basically know what the story is.
Yep.
Out of the episodes that I watched with Battle Fever and this, like the older Sentais that I've watched, I much preferred this.
You know what? Let me clarify that statement. I feel like this is one of the best setups for a Sentai story, because honestly, if you ask me what the ongoing story of Time Force is, I couldn't tell you. All I remember is the setup in the first couple episodes. Then they fight monsters. Then Lucas falls in love with Nadira, and that leads to Rancid getting redeemed, and they win, and that's the end. I can't remember anything else from the middle of the show.
Oh, I remember.
So I think what this means is Timeranger / Time Force has the best setup that I've seen in a while.
Setup and payoff, maybe?
And you know, I'll get into it now then. Timeranger was a heavy J-drama show.
Really?
Each episode was interconnected with each other.
Really?
There were character storylines for everyone. ISA had a story about a medical condition.
Oh, fuck.
Green had his character story of trying to fit in.
Of course.
Pink, again, had her story of revenge. Red Rain, like,
Domo?
What?
Domon?
No, I'll get to him last. Time Red's story is about, like, him trying to find his own destiny and not having to work, not trying to be in his father's shadow.
Yeah.
To prove that he can make a man of himself without his father's help.
I love that one scene. It's like, Father, don't you remember when I bet you that if I won that championship that you wouldn't meddle with my life? I lost that and went to college for 4 years, but come on!
No, it was that if he won, he wouldn't have to go to college, and that since he lost, he
No, I know, but he tried to use that as like a leverage point in the argument. Like, I can handle myself. Remember when I didn't handle myself?
There's an early episode on where they have to get onto this cruise ship with this party, and they're like, "Oh, well, we can't get in. What about you? Your dad's very popular."
Yeah, I remember Time Force had something like that where Wes had to use his father's influence.
Yeah, in which he came onto the ship, and you know who finds him? His parents, his mom and dad. And you know what his dad says to him? So you're still good enough to use your own name, but you want to be your own man? You're going to come back to this one day. It's your destiny.
Cool.
But his mother fully supports him.
Aww.
Fully supports what her son is doing.
Thanks, man.
And then there's Domon.
Everybody give a hug to your mom today.
Oh, I put it in gargles. 1 moment. I didn't go for a moment. Hang on.
You gargled it up.
He fell in love.
Oh, fuck.
He fell in love with a girl from the year 2000. And then he has a freaking mental breakdown because they gotta go back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so much for not changing the timeline.
They were told that they were supposed to die.
Oof.
That's why they didn't send reinforcements.
Oh, shit.
What the
fuck, dude? It was in time.
I did think it was super asshole-ish of their, base to say, no, we're not sending anyone. We'll send you the robot every now and then, but no, fuck, you're alone.
They were intended to die against the fight of Jacker.
Jesus. The first monster?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. It's such little faith in them.
That's how much they didn't care.
Wow, their bosses suck.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, you wouldn't believe why why they die and such. Freaking Time Red's descendant in the future. He's been manipulating time because he died and he's like, fuck that, I'm manipulating time for myself.
Okay.
Wow.
So the whole going back in time and not altering the past, yeah, that fucker's been doing it several times.
Sounds right. I also like this one moment where Tatsuya's he talks to them and it's like, so you guys are from the future. Can you tell me what my future is? I'm like, no. Why would history care about something so minor? And he just goes, okay, so the future's already decided then. I'm going to change it. And he just runs off like he knows exactly what to do, even though A, he doesn't know what the future is, and B, what's he going to change it to?
But that leads to the best quote that this show lives on. You can't change the future, but you can change your tomorrow.
I think that's a really good message, actually.
Yeah.
The future you don't know, but tomorrow you can at least change that.
It's just that quote from that video game. Yesterday's history today. Today's tomorrow's history.
Or
what's that from?
It's from a shitty video game. I don't know.
Or there's my favorite quote ever from a movie. Yesterday was history, and tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. And that is why it is called the present.
And then there's my favorite quote. Yesterday I asked you.
And then
there's my other favorite quote. Why are you not wearing pants?
And then there's my favorite quote. Yesterday, it was Tuesday.
Oh, I get yours.
Oh yeah, I was doing Jack's film.
Yeah. I clicked it for a moment. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I found out from Jacksepticeye that Jack isn't his name.
Oh yeah, no, neither of them are actual names.
No, I know Jacksepticeye's name is Sean, but I didn't know Jack's name was John. I was like,
yeah, John Douglas.
I was like, oh fuck.
Hey.
Wasn't it YouTube?
Can we talk about the Timeranger sequence?
Yes, we can talk about the...
Okay!
Oh.
I'm so sorry, but I fucking love this Henshin sequence. It is just so 2000. I love it so much. They have these fucking these Tron-like suits. And they go into this virtual...
The first time they henshin, they beam the suits on, but then the second time they henshin, they rip their clothes off and they've got them on underneath. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, so these fucking Tron-like suits, and so
are they wearing those under their clothes for the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's bad.
It's funny because in the Go-Go 5 crossover, when they rip off their clothes, the Go-Go 5 are behind them and Sure.
So, we see in the first episode that Time Red is the first one to do the proper transformation sequence. So I love it. They activate the Chrono Changer and this virtual bubble circle thing just
he
surrounds
jumps into a time bubble.
And he jumps into the middle and it gets all CGI and 3D and you just see the suit scanning all through their body and then it does a close up of their head and then the helmet forms over their head. And I remember the first time I ever saw that, I'm just this is the one thing Time Force got fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Their henshin sequence is so fucking the Quantum Ranger morph? Fantastic. It's so cool. You have a sequence of him going and punching the fucking air and then transforms. But the Time Force Rangers, oh no, we press the thing, we see a DNA going, strand going over and they're in the suit. But the Time Ranger henshin, this is
I will say
top 3 favorite Sentai transformations of all time.
Overall, I'll agree. I have 2 problems. Number 1 is that undersuit, because Jesus Christ.
No, I love it.
Oh, no, trust me, that becomes a running gag.
I bet.
Not in the show, but in later seasons. When Bokender talks about Time Ranger, Boken Red puts on that outfit and they're like, what the fuck are you wearing?
Second problem.
My mom made me this suit.
If you pay real close attention while the camera's spinning and rotating around, look at their heads.
Yeah,
they're fucking nightmares.
Well, yeah,
I didn't know we were watching Reboot.
Right? They look like terrible reboot character heads.
No, you know what? That was the first time I saw the Time Ranger transformation sequence was when Gokaiger did it, and I was like, wait, is that the Time Ranger sequence? And I looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's
overall,
so cool.
the henshin's amazing.
And I will admit...
The Gokaiger.
Yeah.
I will admit though that when all 5 of them do it one after the other, it is a bit long.
It takes a while.
Yeah, but it's
Very
still
long.
just so... And
I mean, I'm someone who likes that. I like long henshin sequences that are epic, and the music's great, and the sequence is great.
But whoever directed Time Ranger or wrote it clearly watched The Matrix a year prior.
Oh, absolutely. Which is especially underlined when they start dodging bullets like The Matrix, except for Red, who
Bullet
takes
time.
They do, and I like that each of the Time Rangers has their own henshin pose, literally, Pink does the fucking Trinity,
Their
jump
poses
kick.
are so fucking stupid, though.
Yeah, fucking Yellow does the
muscle arms
muscle
pose.
thing. I love that sequence. Go, if you haven't seen the Time Ranger henshin sequence, go look it up. It's just...
Pause this episode right now and go watch it.
It's so cool for what, age and time it is. It's just...
No, don't
it's
pause.
timeless.
We'll wait.
Bullet time.
Yeah, they do bullet time.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And then I also found this photo. Oh yeah, I forgot the episode where Time Pink thinks she's sexy.
What?
Okay.
I mean, she is. Also, Jen dresses like her. Definitely.
Yeah.
In terms of the Time Ranger suits, I
Wait,
love
why
them.
did that picture look like Yellow's falling over?
It's bullet time. They're dodging bullets.
Yeah, they're dodging bullets, but then Tatsuya wasn't.
Tatsuya
he just
immediately
takes it.
just gets fired by bullets.
But no, I
bladed
love these
weapon.
designs. I love these helmets.
The suits are really good.
I love the mouth. Always love the mouth thing on helmets, especially on these ones. And I like the arrow with the visor
And the
colored
sides,
visor.
the black parts light up when they're processing.
If there's one thing I don't like, I wish the wrist guards were a bit smaller. Don't take over the entire forearm.
They could be a little shorter, but I like that. I like having wrist equipment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another fun fact:
Here we go.
Time Red suit actor Seiji Takaiwa.
Excellent.
It was his final Red Sentai role, because the following year he became Mr. Kamen Rider with Agito.
But yeah, in this GIF, you can kind of see when it finishes zooming in, it's back to his face. But in the split second, during the zoom, it's a fucking nightmare
you can also
render.
see where they fixed the collar. But yeah, best Yellow Ranger ever now.
He seems like a fun guy.
How
Time Fire sees us. All I see is fire.
All I see is power.
I will say I'm sad we're not in this feature topic. We're not talking about any Time Fire stuff, but I understand why.
His themes...
Note to self: create extra hero event month.
No, Gar was telling me like Time Fire's debut was like a 5-episode arc.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 episodes.
Okay, 3
but,
Evil.
but one
Green with fire?
But one's a prelude focusing on Green, and then the other one's kind of an epilogue.
Okay.
Time Fire!
Time with evil?
Also, we get the Time Flyer, and I asked Gar one time, I was like, does Time Fire ride the Time Flyer?
What a waste.
And
Well, no, he doesn't. But yeah, I personally also like the Time Ranger suits, especially how they're all kind of different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasbro's not going to see that. They're going to be like, everyone gets the same base mold.
Yeah, you can actually tell that Yellow's like bigger than all of them.
Yeah, he's the broad man.
He's bigger than we used to be.
But yeah, so the majority of the show is basically catch the criminal.
Gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all.
Heavily focus freaking character drama story.
Interesting.
To the point where ugly tears.
Oh, cool.
Ugly tears at the finale.
Wow.
Might as well talk about it now. Timeranger is considered a commercial failure.
Oh, that's
Wow.
a shame.
You know who loved this show?
Shame.
Adults and teenagers, which is surprising because this is
Not the demo.
yeah, not the demographic. So toy sales were nothing. Everyone stayed for the character stories.
I'll say part of that is what looks like merchandise in the show isn't very appealing. Like, the morphers are plain, the weapons are not really very creative, the Zords are kind of bland.
Which I gotta give them credit for with Time Robo and how it has 3 different modes.
I did like seeing a Megazord with multiple modes at the start of the show.
Yeah, that's dope.
I don't know if any other Sentai's done that.
No. They were
Are
the
you
first.
forgetting Tiramigo Castle mode?
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
If it doesn't count in Zero-Ranger, it doesn't count there either.
Yeah.
No.
But
there you go. For $200, you can get the entire Transform Megazord fucking set.
for $200?
Yeah.
It's actually not bad
That's
for a
actually
20-year-old
not bad.
toy.
In box too.
Hey,
Everything's
good.
there.
That's good.
Well, that's tempting.
Which
That's good.
when we were watching like the mech like shooting all the fucking Zords. Now, okay, I'm gonna try to explain this the best way that I interpreted it. So he had to launch each one of those time jets one at a fucking time through that portal.
Except pink and yellow going at the same time, because fuck it.
Yeah, so he had to do that would take a long time, but I like to think on the other side of that time portal,
They
for
all
them,
at the same time?
yeah, it was just instantaneous.
Well, yeah.
Because that would have taken fucking like 5 to 10 minutes probably just to launch all of
Well,
them.
yeah, it's time travel. I'm sure the portal reconfigured each time.
And the coolest thing
Yeah,
about
but
it is
guys,
like
the time portal is set to go to the same time each time. So
Yeah, it's like set to go to this second of time.
yeah.
That makes sense. I didn't question that
Also,
at
we're
all.
talking about episode 2 stuff, and we need to talk about episode 1 stuff. Specifically, the thing flying while T-posing and farting.
Oh my god. Dolnero farts to jet himself and T-poses at Pink. I died.
Yeah, no, I
This
thought
is
that
me
was-
asserting my dominance.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. It's just
When I started the show, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like the villains. I fucking cried when he died.
Also, one thing I have to say...
Dolnero was definitely an incel.
Not big
There's-
spoilers. He didn't get captured.
Oh, cool.
He was assassinated
Oh, excellent.
by Guillen.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Backstab. Double points.
Because Guillen had a robot body, thus making him believe he is God.
Oh, cool.
Guillen superior.
There was this one fight in the first episode where it's really fucking blurry, and I get that's for, like, visual effect, but it was really distracting and annoying.
Yeah, it's a product of a time.
Okay. Do they do that a lot?
Not really.
Good.
It's basically just boo.
Yeah.
Right in your face. Bullet time.
Oh, there's one scene with one of the mooks that like there's a bunch of like cars that were like driving by them and stuff like that. The mooks while they were like in the
Zeniths?
street. Yeah, and I wanted to just have like a shot where like it would show how strong the mooks were, where like a car hits one, but the car
And it
just like
tanks it?
just like crashes into it, and the
mook
mook doesn't move. Yeah, I think that would have been an awesome shot to establish like these moves are fucking tough.
Hey, you guys watched an episode with me once, and freaking Time Yellow punched his fist right through one.
Oh yeah, that was savage.
That was awesome.
I want to say with all the weapons, I like how with the two when they use the two sword attack, they has different names depending on like what quote unquote time they have the sword.
Oh yeah,
position of the swords in.
Yeah,
beat
six,
like big
and beat
6.
3.
Yeah, beat 3, beat 6, and beat 9.
Oh,
Yellow and
Big
blue
6?
don't
I
have
thought
their own.
the subs I watched said Big 6.
Yeah.
And
I
the
don't
only
know.
note I put on that is Big 6 is what Big 1 calls his dick.
But yeah, so we see that like red, blue, and pink get the double vector swords, and red and pinks are almost identical, but then blue combines them, and then yellow and green get just giant cannons.
Well, they all get cannons because then they
don't
form
they all
into a
have
giant.
don't they all have
They
like,
turn
each
to
weapon?
full tech bazooka.
Okay.
Yeah,
The cannon!
Those cans were fucking huge, though.
And
My
the best
God!
Like unnecessarily huge.
No. You can always have a giant ass fucking cannon. It's
Also, I
over-
like that Gien
Cannons
basically
are
pulls it down.
absolutely necessarily huge.
I like that Gien pulls it to Neb and shoots bullets from his fingers.
and he has a claw hand.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's about it for episode 1.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, we kind of talked about what happens in episode 2 featuring Time Robo. They get their own studio apartment.
Yeah. I'm kind of
do
sad
wanna
it wasn't
say,
in the clock tower.
I find the time travel scene with the time jets hilarious. Because it's just like, yes, to get from 3000 to 2000, one must pass through the Jurassic period, ancient Egypt, and feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Well, like that's what I personally think. When they time travel, they have to go to the beginning of time.
Yeah, because think
to
about
get
it.
back.
If they're traveling through time, let's consider that the planet rotates and moves throughout space over the course of a year. So
How good is that warranty on those things?
it stands to reason that if they travel through time, they would end up at a different spot on the planet.
Time Shadow, when he comes in, he travels by Noah's Ark. Or not Noah's Ark, the guy that split the Red Sea.
Moses?
Moses.
Yeah, he flies by Moses.
Moses is
Dracula.
Yeah. Dracula.
Neil Armstrong on the moon.
Like every fucking time, like you see Neil Armstrong just going, whoa! So he's just like reliving that every single time.
Oh yeah, Dolnero's got elephant tongue.
Oh no.
It's like, he's like I feel like he's like a shark or something. He's like some sort of amphibian.
I think he's
Who
I
smokes
think he's
cigars.
I think he's supposed to be a whale shark.
That's what I think.
look. But whale sharks are not
I mean,
violent.
clearly his
They're
upper
very
half is-
gentle creatures.
Well, maybe that's the ironic thing about him is that he's a whale shark that's evil.
I don't know.
I will look at the wiki.
But yes, he smokes cigars, and Linda's his girlfriend, and they waste all their millions of dollars by going to restaurants,
Wait, Lita,
going to hotels.
wait, Lita's Dolnero's girlfriend? That's the idea?
More like Shimaiho now.
Oh, so it's a Joker Harley Quinn thing.
No, it's more of a I love you for your money.
The wiki
Yeah.
did not
Gold
give me
digger.
any
Yeah, he's
information.
Gold digger sugar daddy.
Yeah, in which when he got assassinated and when she heard, she doesn't get captured at the end of the show, spoilers. She kind of leaves before anything gets fucked over. And you know what she
Well,
says?
this well's dried up!
Yeah. And as she's leaving, she's like, it's funny. I almost liked you a bit.
Is that to ISA?
Yeah. No, that's to freaking Dawn.
Oh.
It's like, that's it. Like, I was thinking about when I was leaving a store, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's it.
I almost developed Stockholm Syndrome.
But you want to know why she likes him, or how he likes her so much?
Why?
She reminds him of his mother. Or he reminds her of his mother.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright.
Because he's like, there's
there is
something
no
money
information
can never
on what
fill.
his design was based on the wiki.
I'd like to say whale shark.
I mean, his upper half clearly looks like a toad.
It's like some sort of amphibian creature.
I mean,
What
it
is
looks
it,
like
Bryce?
his legs look like they're bionic.
Well, I mean, he does get carried around in
He's
his giant
gold-
throne.
Yeah, he gets his fucking, like,
There you
chair
go,
thing!
Whale shark.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, his lower half looks like it's bionic. He looks like he just has a tail.
This
Is he
thing-
based on Jabba the Hutt?
this thing you've put a picture in looks like a set of genitals with a fish attached to it.
You know, yeah, I can get Jabba the Hutt vibes.
I can get Jabba the Hutt vibes from him. I feel like Timeranger just took a lot of inspiration from other forms of media.
Because think of it, what else was popular in
It might just be an actual
1999?
whale.
Star Wars.
It might just be an actual whale because the tail is wrong. He
Jabba
does have
frog.
like an aquatic tail with the fins on it, but his are left and right, not up and down.
There you go. He's an evil whale.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway.
Yeah. So they unlock their first prisoner, which is the Mad Bomber Jacker.
Yeah, Jacker.
Which he was actually a cool design. I like him.
Yeah, it's like to steal money.
Yeah.
Give me $5 million. Give me millions of dollars.
He was apparently arrested for blowing up buildings, so he sets these little bomb crystals around town.
Yeah,
Bon voyage!
Yeah,
Monsieur Incredible!
Monsieur Incredible.
Give me all the money or I blow up the buildings!
But it's like TAC has like all the information on the criminals.
The criminals?
Yeah. In his database.
Are they criminal animals?
Criminals.
Are they criminal animals? The criminals?
The criminals. Which he kind of reminds me a bit of Fix-It a bit from Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015. This orange little robot dude that has all the information on it.
Ah.
Yes.
It's Wikitron.
Yeah, it's Wikitron, basically.
So,
but, yeah.
I love that it's completely unexplained, but Tatsuya shows up with the briefcase of all of his bombs and goes, "You might not want to set that off, you blow yourself up."
What? Nani?
Yeah, which then Tact reveals, yeah, we have, like, the database of all the criminals that are in that prison, so...
I mean, sure, having information on his modus operandi is one thing, but that absolutely does not explain how they were able to collect all his bombs. How did they know where they were?
Maybe he placed the bomb on, like, specific places?
Well, no,
I don't know.
If anything, they probably know what his bombs are made of, and they're able to detect them.
Sure. Tell me that.
Well, I mean, like, if he always placed his bombs on like a gas main, so he really could blow up the entire building.
I'm going to assume that the year 2000's urban architecture infrastructure is not the same as the year 3000's infrastructure.
But Dimension, if he blows himself up, there goes millions of monies.
That's our concern. Also, they didn't want to kill them; they just wanted to arrest them.
Exactly. They don't kill; they arrest them.
Bat Ranger.
He's no good to me dead.
Another similarity to Batman, just like my Joker Harley Quinn comparison.
And here's another kind of comparison. So the way they grow isn't that it's like mutant DNA, like in Time Force. It's
they rip off their nicotine patch. They rip off their nicotine.
It's literally just a side effect.
They rip off their nicotine patch.
Hey, maybe the year 3000, but we're still fuck-ups.
I find that really stupid because it's just like, oh, all I gotta do is remove the seal. Which, from what I remember in Time Force, they do that a lot. That's just literally them going and fucking committing more crimes and killing more people. This time as Godzilla.
Like, that's their idea. They're like, the Time Rangers, oh, fuck this. If I'm going down for the fight.
But yeah, but like,
and then when
it doesn't make sense for them. It doesn't make sense for the time space detectives, whatever, to have that as a punishment. Because if they could just grow big like that, then you know they just gotta wait.
I see what you're saying. So he's saying that if the ability to grow giant is a side effect of being arrested, why keep arresting them?
Well, it's because they're meant to be frozen forever.
Yeah, but they get released after a couple hundred or 1,000 years.
Yeah, eventually, and like either this event happens again and they get let out, or at some point, assumingly, they serve their sentence, unless the justice system in the year 3000 is different. Maybe they're all supposed to be in there for life.
Yeah, like for all that we know the Dawn had like the longest sentence of like 1,000 years. Every other person was like 1,200 years. Hell, there was one guy...
1,200 years? I'll give you such a crick in the neck!
Heck, one of the guys was only in there for like 30 years. It's like, 30 years? What kind of criminal act did he do?
I kicked a puppy.
He's a bomb expert. That's it.
That's a minor crime?
And you want to know the funny thing?
That's straight up terrorism.
It's the guy that got frozen in the first episode.
Oh.
The squid guy. Lettuce.
Yeah.
And you want the
DD
biggest
lettuce?
thing? Yeah. Like when he gets unfrozen, he's like, I don't want to do this. I was just serving my time. I was going to go back to society.
Can I call you D? Or how about D? Or how about lettuce?
Like
Hear that?
lettuce? But yeah, the majority of the show is like heavy J drama featuring these characters taking on the monsters at the same time. Kids didn't like it. Teenagers and adults loved it. Toy sales wise, I have the numbers of how much Timeranger made throughout the year, in which, just making sure the page doesn't reload on me. Alright, here we are. So, the original target goal was 6.4 billion yen within the year. The show only made 4.2 billion.
Oh.
Which was about 60% lower than the previous year.
Ouch.
Just goes to show you, making predictions like this is just a stupid idea in general.
Go-Go 5 sold better than Timeranger did. Timeranger was a flop. Hard.
Like I said, it's because none of the things they had as merch were very interesting.
And
hell,
I mean, they didn't even have much of... Go ahead.
Okay, like you could have sold tack as a toy.
Oh, that would be cool.
Freaking, you had the prisoners turn into vinyl figures. You guys work with Bandai, who are currently working with Subaraya Productions to make Ultraman vinyls. You could have done the same thing.
You could have sold like the soft vinyls separately, and then like the capsules to keep them in. Those would have sold like hotcakes.
And I think
that would have sold.
I think one of the toys that they had, which would have been like a really expensive, was the V-Rex, because it was literally a remote-controlled Zord that you pressed a button and stuff, and it transformed into a mech, like by itself.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
It was like remote-controlled with a remote control that was shaped like the time fire changer.
Yeah, freaking. Yeah, so like Timeranger was doing so bad. Okay, what do kids like? They like dinosaurs. Okay, we'll throw in a T-Rex Zord, and we'll create a brand new Ranger out of what we already have.
What if
no joke.
What if Time Red, but black and jiggle squiggly?
Exactly. That's it. That is the reason why Time Fire is a Red Ranger. Production cost.
I mean, Time Fire is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which he deserves his own feature topic discussion on later.
Blaze, what were you trying to say?
I was gonna say, like what you were saying. It's like what they had didn't didn't seem very interesting, and they didn't even have much to begin with.
Yeah.
Like it's the Morpher, the swords. Did they make toys of the cannons?
Yes, they did.
God knows they will probably work to scale.
The cannons and then the Megazord. That's it.
They also had figures of the Rangers.
Oh,
which
that,
they
well,
actually
of
had
course
pieces to
No,
make.
I know, but I'm talking about in terms of marketable roleplay gimmicks type toys. You know what I mean?
Oh, they sold the badge.
The badge is probably a good one.
Time Fire has his own badge.
Yeah, for Christmas they gave him that.
Aww.
Yeah, for Christmas it's like, hey, buddy, you
Time
got
Fire
your own
sold-
badge. You're one of us now.
That's cute.
You're an honorary Time Ranger.
So, yeah, Time Ranger is lightning in a jar.
Bottle.
Yeah, lightning in a bottle. I mean.
Bottle.
It's the diamond in the rough. It is the
diamond in the rough.
It is the holy grail of like Super Sentai. This I can only describe as one word: perfect.
Oh, okay.
It's that good of a show.
I've seen like clips and stuff like that of Time Ranger, and like I like stopped and watched a bit when Gara was watching Time Ranger, and just honestly, this show is impressed me. Like I actually almost kind of want to watch this entire series myself, just because it's fascinating.
I'd say I would probably give this another watch.
Did Tatsuya's dad ever have like a moment that like Wes's dad did, where it's like, oh, my son took control of his own destiny, and I'll always be proud of him for that?
No, still an asshole.
Yeah!
Woo! Time Force wins!
But that's why his mother's there.
Oh.
Because his mother's like, you do your own thing, son.
You do you, honey.
Son, your
But
dad's an
so
asshole.
before the
but
show
you do you.
ends, there's one more episode. The sh-
Wait, we didn't
Before we get to that
talk
episode,
really about the Meg.
I was exactly about to also mention. Let's give our thoughts on Time Robo.
I like the beta version, and I'm not too big on the alpha.
the red version.
I am exact opposite.
I'm the complete opposite.
I like,
I agree.
I like the triangle head.
I agree with Lane. I like the flying blue one.
I like the triangle one.
Civil War.
I prefer. I prefer the red one or the red form over it. But it is interesting too. A Zord that has 3 modes.
3?
Well, there's the Gamma mode that we see in episode 51.
Oh yeah.
It's the jet.
It's the giant jet mode.
Beta mode.
I will say this about the alpha mode. The fact that its sword goes to 9 and 3 and then ticks up to midnight for the Hisatsu.
Time up.
And then they fucking stop time so they can get out of the way of the explosion?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fucking genius! I love that!
Also, sorry, let's go ahead first.
The only reason I don't beta is just I don't like how thin the arms and stuff are, and the transformation bugs me because you can clearly see the arms becoming legs and the legs becoming arms.
I did notice that, and that's why it's not the main mode.
But just like I was saying earlier, you can tell that someone in the production of Timeranger watched The Matrix a year prior, because there's a scene where both the monster and the mech jump, and literally it's them shooting at each other at a horizontal angle,
and the camera's
rotating around. It's just like that scene in The Matrix when fucking Agent Smith and Neo are jumping each other, going boom, 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 boom.
I laughed at it.
Yeah, and what's funny is they put that in the fucking Time Force opening, and it's hey, it's The Matrix.
Yep.
Everyone was copying The Matrix.
Did anyone else notice during the fight Time Robo using a cloud like a trampoline to stop its momentum?
Yes, no, they do that. I think he calls it virtual turn, and he bounces off the sky. That was so weird.
One of those so weird. Their other Megazord Time Shadow makes Ultraman noises.
Oh god.
Shua! I'm like, gee, I wonder who was popular in 1999 who went schwa and had blades for weapons. It was Gaia. It was Ultraman Gaia.
It's Gaia.
Yeah, Gaia and a ghoul. Hey, Garth, I remember correctly, later on there is a quick romance plot point between Shino and Domo or something like that. No, that is a thing. So their whole entire relationship is a ballpark thing. So she likes Time Yellow, but she doesn't know it's Domo. She thinks it's Ayase. And when Ayasa. Or she thinks
Ayasa!
Time Blue. And then he finds the wall and he's like, she likes him. And it's like, she likes Time Yellow. And it's like, oh my goodness, it gets so confusing. And then he finally finds out. And then he gets upset because he's like, we gotta go back.
Back to the past.
But I'm in love. So they fucked off screen. They had a kid.
I'm my own grandpa.
That's the sign of any kid show. No, 2 characters have a romantic subplot. Fuck off screen. Kid last season.
No. And the last scene that they have together in the show is so upsetting because it's the final battle. They're all going to the refugee camp, or they're all going to the shelter bases. And she sees him, she hugs him, and she just looks at him, and she sees the others, and she just turns to him this is the last time I'm going to see you, is it? And then it's they kiss, and it's oh. And then a year later, it's how are you? Me and Domo Jr. are doing well. They had a baby. And then Gokaiger, 10 years later, he finds out in the future, after Gokai Silver sends him a picture of what they did, and he just bawls his eyes out.
Wow.
Knowing he has a son.
Poor boy.
He can never see.
That Timeranger episode was fucking awesome.
Oh god, it's making me cry.
Oh.
I need to go back
and then all of a sudden he finds out his family's in a time loop and he is his own grandpa.
That's what I was saying. It's funny, I know, but it really is so.
It's upsetting.
Wait, is that really what it is?
I don't know.
No, it's.
I just think it'd be hilarious.
It could be not. Who knows? But it's just upsetting because that is
Domon fucked himself into existence.
Oh. He fucked himself.
I mean, that's kind of how we all happened.
Yeah, kind of.
I saw a thing. I saw a joke. It was just like, technically, we've all kicked a pregnant woman. And he's like, he's right.
From the inside.
I like too
look how cute they are together.
I know, but I like that they get the apartment or whatever like that, and like they're all the rest of them are just like, I guess so, but like Seon's just like he's like, I like it, I think it's great. That's just like, oh, I love you. You're such a nice guy.
Yeah, because it's not a laboratory.
Yeah,
where he's being watched 24/7. Making him do experiments.
Oh.
Because he's an alien. He's Superman.
Good thing he got sent on that mission then.
Yes.
Best thing that happened.
So that's the thing. Once you find out Ryuya is Lita or whatever the fuck her name is, you have to wonder if, like, she, as Ryuya, tried to deliberately pick 4 members who she thought would be absolute shit at the mission.
Well, they were supposed to die.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, like, she deliberately picked who she thought would be the weakest.
Mm. you and the you.
You. I'm the newest! Can I go also? Yeah, fuck it, sure.
So yeah, episode 50 is the official end of Timeranger. However, there was one more episode. Since the next season... Huh?
He said Nani.
Nani?
Oh. Yes, so since, Timeranger aired during the 25th anniversary of Super Sentai, that meant the next season was going to be the celebration season.
So instead, Timeranger decided to steal that. No, we're doing the tribute.
Yeah, and Timeranger's like, where are the Timrangers? Sorry. Where are the Timrangers? Where are Super Sentai? Guys, what the fuck's a Super Sentai?
This is like one of those.
For question number 2.
This is like one of those Kamen Rider shows where they never say Kamen Rider.
This is the show where they never refer to themselves as a Sentai. It's just Timrangers.
Yeah. I love that, they show up in fucking black tie suits, and they're like, "Did you watch last week's episode?" And I promptly went, "Nope,
no,"
because last week was the finale, so they're all dressed up for the freaking after party.
No, but my immediate question is, how do they not know that they're Super Sentai if they've learned about history through time traveling?
Well,
Ichi, the answer is fuck it.
No. Okay, so they learned basic information of the year 2000. They didn't learn anything.
So none of their history books decided to mention, hey, there's been a team of multicolored jackasses saving the world from alien and extra-dimensional threats for the last fucking 30 years!
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Because some of them were in secret.
They only got the information from the previous year before they came in, but they didn't get any of the previous information that would have helped them blend in better.
But Tack's like, I can give you that information. I was given permission to send you guys through fucking time.
That makes me think that maybe they did know about it and the existence of Sentai was just a carefully guarded secret.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, I got permission to show you them. I'm like, oh, okay.
So they fly back, which it's kind of cute how they digitally add the
I
time
saw
jets.
there was one shot where the ship flies behind Jack.
Yeah, behind Jack, and then it's like, for Go Rangers, well...
Ichi, your rant is getting so high that the mic can't pick it up.
Wow.
We're hearing just...
You'll hear it in the finished episode.
Alright, good.
But yeah, so we go through every Sentai leading up to Timeranger one by one, and they mention anything noteworthy about each one, like Battle Fever J was the first with a robot, Denjiman was the first with a transforming robot, Sun Vulcan was the first one with a combining robot, also lol, no girls.
Yeah, which, Domin's like, oh man, they don't have any girls? That kind of sucks. And you just see, Yuri in the background.
She promptly stabs him.
No, that's what Bioman.
I did write 2 things down about Sun Vulcan. 1, the irony of Time Yellow saying that they should have 2 girls on their team is not lost on me.
Yeah.
And 2, that theme is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Follow
I
the sun.
I liked when they got to Zeeranger and like it's like wow, like they're from 160 million years ago, and like the one's like what?
That's farther than us.
I say it's just like it makes our 1,000 years seem like fucking super pointless.
And then they get to O-Ranger.
600 million years.
What? When they get to Changeman, like it's always kind of bugged me for some reason. You can like when it's Change Mermaid's emblem, you can see the nips on the mermaid because that makes 2 Japanese shows that I've seen now where it's family friendly, but for some reason there's nips.
It also really bugged me how Pegasus was blue but Mermaid was white.
Thank you. I was saying the exact same thing. I was like, just switch the colors.
Right?
Fine. God.
But yeah, like Flashman first used 2 robots. Maskman, they fought Tube. Liveman, 2 combining robots.
What?
Timeranger had cars for feet on their sword.
Flashman fought the Mess Empire. They must have cleaned up evil.
Also, I really love that Timeranger was like the Sentai that came out the year I was born, but it's also the 13th Super Sentai. So I was like, 13 is my favorite number. So
your destiny.
Yeah.
Jetman, first show with a 3rd robot.
Ooh.
The Turbo Ranger Robo kind of bugged me because it had the 2 cars as feet.
I thought that was hilarious.
Well, no, yeah, but it just means, like, if you bought that toy, it must be really difficult to pose it if it has wheels on the bottom of the feet.
You just put them in neutral or park or whatever.
These guys are such a cute couple.
Ooh. And then, like, they show the Dairanger roll call, and they, like, say their real name, so my brain went, first Sentai to not give a shit about their secret identities.
Fuck a secret identity. We know Kung Fu!
And then they defeated the Chinese!
Yeah, that was just like... Chinese? What?
But it just, like,
I'll never forgive the Chinese.
Oh yeah, Scion was being fucking amazing. He's just like, yeah, ninjas! Just like dinosaur around.
Yeah, there's an episode where we find out he loves ninja movies.
Oh.
Where there's an episode where they fight a directing monster, and it's just revealed it's just one giant dream of his.
Oh, fuck.
So his race doesn't really sleep, except for 1 week.
Oh.
So they're like the entire episode where they also parody E.T., like of them riding bikes through the moon.
Fuck's sake!
Wow.
And it's like he's like, yeah, we did. He's passed out on the couch, and they're like, okay, let's go take him to bed. And he falls asleep for a week.
Wow.
Comes back, places in fucking shambles.
So he's watching Boo and Super.
Yeah.
After Kaku Ranger, then the O-Rangers, and I didn't know the O-Rangers were based on mythology and stuff.
Yeah, Pangea.
It's like, yeah, I didn't know that. So, like, the
learn your history.
The Zords being so different makes so much more sense now. Like,
learn your damn history.
I guess Tauros sword for like ancient Greek, the Sphinx for ancient Egypt, and then for some reason Red has a pyramid, even though that's King Ranger's thing.
Oh man, there's so many Super Sentai teams. If only there was like a song that could put them all together. Ichi's laughing because he's thinking of Hero Getter, but in Gal Ranger they actually did have a song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Super Sentai Spirits.
And then in 1996 we had Kastranger.
Kastranger.
I said it like that.
Kastranger.
They say it like that, so I say it like that. Fuck you.
So, I just love how just in the entire franchise, it's not Car Ranger. You gotta emphasize just the name. It's like, okay.
I just keep flashing back to Signalman swerving his head.
Ninja.
But it's like when they get to Bioman, it's like, oh look, there's 2 girls on the team. Oh, that's kind of cute.
And then Yuri stabs him.
Yuri fucking punches Domo right in the face. Where he has a bloody nose,
bleeding.
But yeah, they showed Bioman, and it reminded me how much I love the Bioman suits.
I love Flash.
Those helmets are fucking dope.
And then,
but yeah, there are many.
So go ahead.
No, you first.
I was gonna say, I was gonna change topics to something about when I noticed something about Mega Ranger. So you go first if you're still on this.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, seeing Mega Silver reminded me of something I've wanted to say for a while. It's really weird to think that in O-Ranger, King Ranger was a Black Ranger, but he became America's first Gold Ranger, and then Sentai didn't really get a Gold Ranger, but Deca Gold was there for like seconds, so Solaris Knight wasn't really a Gold Ranger, and then Go Under / RPM gave us Sentai's real first Gold Ranger.
Yeah.
That's kind of confusing.
Welcome to Sentai.
Welcome to Super Sentai, where they consider Abra Killer a 6 Ranger, but not Geki Chopper.
Because fuck it.
Wow.
Because Super Sentai is weird.
I just love that when they got to Gingaman, they described them as using the power Earth.
Using a mysterious power no one has ever heard of.
Earth.
Earth.
What is it?
Dot.
What does it
No
mean,
relation.
dude?
Well, I mean, okay, let me explain that quickly. They use elemental powers.
Okay.
So, like, I can shoot fire from my hands. I can shoot water, air.
But why do they call the power set Earth?
I can shoot rose petals.
And then Go-Go 5, they're like, oh, we met them!
Yeah, we met them!
That's their only commentary on Go-Go 5. We met those guys!
It's funny because this episode came out a month before. It's funny because the episode, or the crossover came out a month after this episode came out.
Spoilers!
So it's kind of like, hey, we met them. Everyone's like,
in time.
Oh,
It's just fucking Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
We met them eventually.
In time. And then the year 2000. It's us.
We met them
can we see any
week,
future?
but also yesterday.
Can we see any future Sentai? Do I see Kiramagers? Nope.
Thanks, I hate it.
No, they see Ryu Soldier? Nope.
Ow.
They see Ninja and Sion just like, I don't know if I like ninjas
We should
anymore,
stop.
guys."
Stop.
But no, they use this as a smarmy, smart-ass way to just introduce Gal Ranger, the next Sentai.
Because,
I mean, that makes sense.
Because kids like animals. That will sell.
Yeah.
Gal Ranger will sell because it's animals.
Yep.
Please save the franchise.
You know what kids like? Kids like animals.
Fucking animals. Picture's not gonna load.
I love... But
it's not gonna load then.
No!
GIFs don't load.
Your GIF is shit, Lane.
Well, it was just Domon with his girlfriend, and like he like goes to like reach his arm around her, but then she gets up, she's like, "Baby."
Oh yeah. Basically, just during the last few episodes, they're like, "Look at the baby, isn't it cute?" Yeah. During the clip episode,
Baby.
yeah, she's like, "Baby," and that gets Domo really upset because he's like, "I can't live with her."
Baby!
I want a baby.
I can't get married.
Ichi, I know a guy.
Do anything.
I know a baby guy.
I can get you a baby.
Ichi, you
And
want a
he
baby?
did.
I can get you a baby. I know
Hell,
a guy.
if you scroll up quickly in the chat. Keep going. There's their kid.
Cool.
And
Baby.
Go Kaiger.
He's wearing Kotaro's vest.
Holy shit, he kind of
No.
looks like him too. That's crazy. I wonder if it's the same baby that she was holding in the final episode of Time
It's like
Ranger.
Kotaro, but with a smaller head.
And yeah, that's Time Ranger.
Pretty good.
Basically them being like, yeah, we did it. We saved the future.
Just in time.
But at what
We
cost?
saved the future, but also the past, which is currently the present.
Yeah, it kind of gets fucked up like that a bit.
Yeah, no, Time Ranger is dope. I love it. I want to watch more of it.
I liked it.
Time Ranger, after watching it, immediately became my number one favorite Sentai.
Really?
That's a big claim.
Wow.
Yeah.
You more than Live Man?
Yeah.
You love Live Man.
Whoa.
I need to watch
Live Man has finally been dethroned.
Whoa, that's incredible.
We're like dead, man.
Joke's on you, we're watching that.
Of course.
I
For
still
your
need to
birthday.
watch.
Oh yes, because Live Man is the Sentai of '88.
We've talked about Live Man too.
I still need to watch Live
I
Man.
guess I'm planning for that.
I know you do. No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
So yeah, so your
Wait,
guys'
yeah,
overall
can I be
thoughts
on when you guys
Time
talk about
Ranger?
Live Man?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I just want to know because I want an excuse to watch Live Man.
My overall thoughts on Time Ranger. Honestly, it's cool, man. Like I love it. Just it being the first Sentai of the 21st century, and they like went full out with just being like time travel. They're from the future. They have these cool suits with cool weapons and cool robots that get sent through from the future. And just like their transformation sequence is fucking awesome. And the villain is just a bunch of criminals that just want to commit crimes in the 21st century because it's easy.
Some of them just wants to spit on food.
Some of them just want to watch the world burn.
So I
Kinda.
And the action.
There's one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like the one who blew up buildings.
And just I don't know why I like the like kind of like 2000 quality of it. Like it's just like it's something it's special. So like I like it. I think Timeranger's freaking dope.
Like I said, I think this is one of the more brilliant setups for a Sentai. I can't comment on the overall plot over the series because I haven't watched it, but from what you're telling me, it sounds like it was pretty great. A little disappointing gimmick-wise from what I've seen, because there are shows that are absolutely terrible, but I love their gimmicks, like Ryu Soldier. And then we have shows like this that are the opposite, where the story and character development are what you're here for, but there's not much that I want to buy.
Well, yeah, that was Sentai in a nutshell back in the early days.
Yeah.
In fact, Ranger was the one that started doing, hey, what if we sold multiple Zords as, like, gimmicks?
Yeah.
That's why the majority of the Ranger mechs are just, like, armed detachments or leg detachments.
Actually, yeah, Decker, I never saw it as that way. They are technically, like...
They're future cops.
They're future cops.
Time cops. Time cops.
Yeah, no. It makes me appreciate it more. Yeah.
Liz.
From what I saw, I did enjoy it, but part of me prefers the from what I saw, Time Force's version better.
Yeah,
like,
I'll say
out of those two episodes I've seen, I'm not saying I think it's bad. I'm saying out of those two episodes, I prefer the Time Force equivalent.
I think Time Force is better overall just because of Rancic, arguably one of the most well-written villains in all of Power Rangers.
Yeah. But that does lead me to say I think Time Ranger and Time Force probably are like one of the few really good time travel shows.
And not only that, they picked the perfect time to do it as well.
Yeah.
I'm actually really glad that they held off on doing it if they were holding on to it for so long, like you said.
Yeah, like, that was their plan. It's like, it's the dawn of a new millennia. We're going into the future. So what will the next 1,000 years look like?
For the toys and gimmicks, like, I do really like the Chrono Sabers. I want them. Like, really badly. I think they're really cool.
Well, I saw them on eBay for, like, decently cheap, so...
You know what would match up with them? You know what would match up with the Chrono Sabers really well? That clock rug from the big comfy couch.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed watching this. I'm glad that I asked to be on. This was fun. I really liked the history lesson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gar's the
again
with this shit.
Again, fucking Sun Vulcan. Like, I almost want to watch Sun Vulcan now because I love that fucking theme song.
It honestly made me want to go back and rewatch Gokaiger.
Scroll down.
Follow the sun.
No, in there. The topic schedule. It's funny that you say that, Blaze, because the next Super Sentai Theme Month episode coming out on May 22nd.
Well, that's when we record it.
Yeah, it's when we record it. It will be the first 3 episodes of Taiyo Sentai Sun Vulcan.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. I'm gonna kidnap you and let me be on.
I don't want to be kidnapped.
I want to be on.
But yeah, I could talk about Timeranger for hours.
Yeah, you can.
But since we've already been recording for over 2 hours, I'll just simply say this. Timeranger was a beautiful show. I love it to death. And we will definitely be coming back to the show in the future.
Yeah.
The time future. Chronomorphers.
I re-listened to the Time Force theme song and I was
They really loved that one shot of the spinning clock. Man, did they reuse it.
Yeah, great showing them through different periods of time, even though that was just from the episode where they went to a movie set.
Yeah, movie Madness.
God damn.
Where they had Ransix actor dress up like his character in Mad Max.
Yep.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because
But anyways, that is Radio Sentai Castranger episode 290.
We're officially less than 10 episodes away from the big 300.
Oh,
aren't we exactly 10 episodes away from the big 300?
Well, once this episode ends, we're less than 10 episodes.
Fair enough.
We will definitely be talking about something huge for episode 300.
Yeah. Is Bakugan?
Why don't you wait and see?
I'll only say this. You know what, Blaze? No, I'll give you guys the very first hint to episode 300.
Ooh.
It is something in the West. It is made in the West.
Well, I mean, Bakugan was made in Japan.
So it's not Bakugan.
Yeah, it's not Bakugan.
It's not that.
Is it the new Bakugan? That's made in the West.
I guess you could say the chances of it being that are gone.
Back against the wall.
Anyways, thank you all for listening, watching, liking, sharing, favoriting, subscribing, hitting that bell, and being awesome in general.
Yeah.
As usual, this primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook page where I post thumbnails, our Twitter account, our Patreon where you can pledge to help make the show better for you, our Discord server where you can hang out with all these cool people in our chat and listen to our show when we record it live Friday nights. And of course our merchandise page, which is growing by the year.
Yeah. You can go and buy the newest edition, the Spellcaster shirt, which I am currently wearing.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I love it.
Excellent.
I got it last week.
Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
I made $2 off that.
I'll just quickly say this. Thank you all for participating in Metal April 3 Rise of the Sentais.
I gotta say, for it not being really about Metal Heroes, it's a pretty good Metal April.
Yeah.
It was my honor.
I had a good time, even when we were watching Denji Man.
Oh, Denji Man.
Yeah, the talking dog.
You silly Sentai.
What can we review? Nintendo cards, dogs, Police Cop, and the greatest Super Sentai series of all time.
What? We didn't talk about Russia Sentai Tokuger, Gar.
Whoa.
Come on.
Before we...
That's my perfect Sentai.
Same writer.
Yeah?
Them Super Sentai hero
knows how to
battle
write about
words.
them kids being superheroes.
Yeah. So what are we talking about next week?
Jikai! Nato Sentai Castranger!
We're going to be moving away from Sentai for a while.
Now that we are done with our theme month, we can finally start catching up with the movies that have come out over the last month or so.
All the Zeo movies.
So, first on the docket for next week will be the Reiwa Generations movie.
The Zeo Zero-One crossover.
Yes, Kamen Rider Reiwa, the first generation. That is the official title, everyone.
Wow.
The first next new generation.
So, until then, we will see you next week. Thanks once again for tuning in. You stay awesome.
Yep, and remember, if it loads,
it won't load.
Remember to load.
I don't know why Discord is being horrible to me today for uploading pictures.
And always remember, you may not be able to change your future, but you can change your tomorrow.
Change your future one day at a time, ladies and gentlemen.
You can change your underwear.
Okay, anyways, picture was just
change
gonna
your
be,
pants.
Picture was just gonna be me again with the Signizer, just being like, "I'm watching you."
Please
don't do anything illegal, kids.
Remember, 6 feet.
Yep.
So as long as me, giggity.
Remember, everybody, no one can really tell if you've changed your socks, so you can get away with it for a few days.
A policy I live my life by. See you next week!
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!